Oh, it would help if I was on the right friggin'. One sec.
Hi,
There we
man.
go. Perfect. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. Thank you so much for already shoving a bunch of support down our throats with bits and subs. Thank you very much. Welcome to the, I believe, ninth or 10th? I think we're on 10th. The 10th episode of our Return to Barovia Curse of Strahd game. I'm really excited to run this one. Last session, we ended off with the exploration of the vineyard, which let us see some unusual aspects of separate character psyches, whether it was an abject fear of just formless things in the dark, or of random characters from their pasts having an overall impact on their current health. We saw a little bit into the fears of our current players. Now, I want to say that tonight is going to be a mostly lore episode, so don't expect too much combat. There's also been some recent shuffling around, so we have a clear set of goals for the coming year. If we reach $250, I will be wearing cat ears on stream for the next year. If we reach 500, we'll be doing the one chip challenge, and if we reach 750, I will purchase and wear a maid outfit on stream at least once. Hopefully, not
With
too
the
much
cat
more than
ears.
that. With the cat ears, yeah. I mean, the cat ears are going to be on stream regardless. So, does anyone else have anything else they want to talk about?
Is that a Strahd shirt that you're wearing there?
It is. I was waiting for somebody to notice it.
I was waiting for
I
him to
found
get
it. I found it the other day, and I was like, I have to wear it this week.
I love it. All right. All that being said, I want to say a big thank you to Clean Game Crash for the bits. Thank you very much. For MG's Pride for the sub. Thank you. It might not keep me from killing you, but it will certainly tilt things in your favor. And an uncommon health potion, actually two of them, will be found and given to the party. You guys can decide wherever you want to put that. If no one else has anything else they really want to like chat about, anything they're excited about to talk or whatever, we can get right into game.
Oh
I
wait,
just
I
want to
do have
say,
something.
even though I missed the cue, I just want to say, death is an illusion, and so are pants.
I would like to talk about these. Their problems.
It's true.
He's
Uh,
not wearing pants right now.
Who's
I'm
not
definitely
wearing
wearing
pants?
pants right now.
I'm totally wearing pants.
Streamers don't have legs, so I don't have to worry about this conversation.
Mm.
Speaking of streams, I do have a small announcement. If you guys like other TTRPGs, I am on King Face Crush's stream every other Sunday, so next Sunday, and we are doing the Wild Sea TTRPG, which has been a blast. If you like solar punk piracy,
Solar punk piracy. That
it's
sounds amazing.
it's like post-apocalyptic Earth. Trees have covered the world, and you now sail on ships that are actually just kind of clinging onto these trees, and you fight leviathan that are like giant squirrels and like randomly radioactive stuff, and all the trees are poison, which is cool.
Like the ground is lava.
But a very intense game of the ground is lava.
Okay.
Jesus.
That does sound fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Recommend it.
I'm getting no. Did I turn off the music? I did. Okay.
Yeah, I was very confused. Will you
Well, there's music.
I have food.
When things get quiet.
Oh my god! One of the people in my chat was like, "Will you put on some cat ears, please?" Maybe.
Do
I
it.
don't know.
It's gonna be like a group thing. Like we'll all
Yeah.
get cat ears. It'll be great. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been joining us so far. Hopefully, our streams will be getting a little more frequent, meaning we'll go back to the once a week schedule instead of the kind of whenever my busy life has been allowing me. So, without further ado, we're going to launch into a bit of a recap, just in case people have joined and haven't seen it or heard it. So, At the beginning of last session, the group itself, after a night resting in the forest, took some time to discuss what they wanted to do, what plans they had to go back into the winery and the vineyard. However, those plans kind of went out the window, because when they approached the vineyard, there were no enemies, no blights moving about, no druids sitting high and trying to cast lightning at them. And this continued throughout the building. No creatures were there to harm them. The eerie silence of the vineyard was only broken by the footsteps of the creatures or the characters themselves, and the whinnying of horses who have since been allowed out, have been healed, and are currently feasting on what little grass remains. You've noticed that the earth around here, although once vibrant green and the vineyard once filled with crawling vines and grapes that seemed ripe for the plucking, it now looks a little brown. Well, very brown. Searching through the entirety of the winery, you discovered that most of the barrels of wine in there were poisoned, although that was quickly remedied thanks to Arabella. And discovered that there was indeed a basement, and in the basement you found some sort of spore that made everyone relive or experience a very traumatic time. Once you were able to pull yourselves from the grasp of this whatever it was, you found a secret room in which more spores were, but fortunately you'd learned that you could burn them at this point, as well as you found the body of another druid who had seemingly been hiding there waiting for you. Now you sit or stand or wait, unsure of what will happen next. So we'll get started with everybody currently in the basement. The kind of cold, damp floor beneath you, slightly scorched, and now beginning to show signs of water dripping down the walls. What do you want to do?
Let's not forget Crimson opening a trap door.
Oh, we could totally forget about that.
No,
No, we can't.
nope, that exactly happened. The one door you didn't check.
Oh yeah.
Basement door.
So as you go to open the door, and you've attempted to open it easily, you find that it's actually not trapped, and I was just being a dick.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
I don't remember which room it was though,
It
because
was the base. We were in the basement. It was the door that leads upstairs into the little back
Oh
room.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, the door itself is not locked. It's well, sorry, it was locked. However, it's not trapped. So you managed to go up it relatively easily.
I like how we have a photographic memory of this campaign, but I promise you I couldn't remember shit I ate yesterday.
No, it was just because he left out a cliffhanger to be a dick.
I did, 100%. Not an important cliffhanger, mind you, but still.
A funny one.
Yeah.
So as you head upstairs, you find yourself in a shop of sorts, some sort of glass making or barrel making studio. You can see that along the walls are hung many different kinds of tools. On the bench, you see there are cooping knives and barrel staves ready to be kind of put together. This was some sort of crafting studio.
Is there anything of value?
Roll me an investigation check.
I do have investigation. Apparently. Not very good investigation, but I have it.
Taking a look around, you are keenly aware that without the experience or expertise of being a cooper or a glassblower, nothing in the studio is really worth anything. The metals and tools here probably amount to about 10 gold pieces total.
Alright. I think Mario was with me, right? Mario?
Yeah, I think I did follow you.
Do we want to continue? Because there's still some rooms in this house we haven't explored. Should we explore them by ourselves, or should we find another person to be with us?
Well, the smart thing would be to get somebody else to help us. But I'm tired and don't really feel like walking back down. So we should be alright by ourselves.
I
Alright.
will say, as you guys take the time to go through the different rooms, you find over on the left-hand side by the outhouse, you'll find a boot room, which there are several different pairs of shoes kind of lined up. Coats are still hung up. You find about a dozen barrels in one of the sections, and in another you find kind of a wax station, something to help seal the barrels themselves once they've been filled. Upstairs, you
Those
find several
barrels
other.
empty?
They are.
Sorry.
They
Okay.
are. Yeah, you find several other bedrooms. Nothing of interest in any of them. Although I'll get both of you to roll an investigation check, or one of you to roll an investigation check with advantage.
What's
I
your
think I'll give the
investigation?
advantage. I'll give the advantage to you.
Oh, okay. Investigation. 21.
So as you take time to wander through, in the furthermost left room, it's not a bedroom per se, but rather another manufactory that allows for the making of cloth. There's a small loom there, as you can see. I think, anyway.
Mhm.
Beyond that, nothing too spectacular. In the room next to it, and the room next to that, you find two sets of two beds. Most of them are mostly smaller than what you'd expect for an adult, so you assume it is a child's bedroom of some sort, whether directly
They
the
both look like
children.
bunk beds, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, cool.
So whether directly the children of the owner of the winery or just a guest bedroom, you're not sure, but they are smaller than you'd expect. There are 4 different dressers in each one that allows space for whoever's there to put their stuff in. You do find a mishmash of old clothing. It's been heavily patched and worn. Nothing too fancy or spectacular. Most of it too small for the party.
So we haven't found any bodies of the people who own this place, have we?
No.
Unless if it was these like wizards or these druids, but we don't think they were, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, what do you think? What should we do?
Oh, we have everyone else loading up what we found from the basement. Those couple of actual barrels. We're loading them into the wagon. So we have a whole bunch of wine and stuff that we can sell. And complete that job. And I don't know exactly if we are wanting to stay here and complete Arabella's ideal of cleaning all of the wine in the big barrels. But I also don't think it's something that we should just leave.
Right. And then too, if the big barrels are clean, more wine to go around, more alcohol.
Yes.
I think it'd be worth it to do. And I think somebody else needs to go maybe get a horse if we can to pull the cart.
We have 2 horses.
Strong, if they're still there,
I think they're still there.
hopefully, praying.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can just like walk from the second floor. We can just walk to a window and look outside. Are the horses still there?
They are. And there are 3 men outside as well, each of them dressed in a long black cloak.
Are they still outside?
Yep, they are currently petting the
No,
horses and cleaning them.
No, I was talking to Crimson
Oh, sorry.
or Chief.
Wait.
Still outside.
Wait. There's who outside?
3 men
Are the
in
horses still
long
outside?
black cloaks.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. In game, I'm like, wait, who are those guys?
You do recognize one of them being one of the were-ravens who had actually sent you here.
Oh. Cool. I guess while everyone else is loading up, I'm just gonna go downstairs and talk to them and see what's up.
I'm gonna go as backup.
As the two of you kind of come out of the building, the other three, what do you guys want to do?
I think Darian is picking up the stuff and loading it into the cart and getting ready to go.
Okay.
But if he sees there's people out there, he'd probably walk out there.
With the three of you kind of heading outside, kind of meeting up and moving around the corner, you see the first one, the older gentleman with the long graying hair and the slightly stooped back, his posture still speaking of a man of strength, and he walks up and goes, "Hello. It's not been too long, a day or so. We felt something change here. Thank you for your aid. Have I introduced myself to you? I believe I simply asked for your help and then gave you an annoyance."
I
Fun annoyance,
don't
but
think
annoyance
you-
nonetheless.
I don't think you have introduced us, other than us receiving a new companion and knowing that you turned into a raven and flew away afterwards.
My name is Davian Martikov. The pleasure is mine. And this is Adrian, my son, and Elvir, my middle. As you look over at them, they share some of the features of Davian, but they do look to be in their mid-30s, maybe early 40s, both visibly human, although Adrian has a long scar across his throat, and he just nods, while Elvir goes, "Hello, friends. Thank you for your help. I heard you were in there moving some things around, so I was thinking I'll come help you and we can get this done much faster. My brother and I," and he kind of claps him on the side, "will deliver the wine, if that's okay with you, although you're more than welcome to join us."
Mars is gonna lean over to Crimson, and just say, um, we do actually need to get back to Valaki. I feel something is amiss.
Right. But I thought we also were wanting to go investigate that ruined castle chapel place before. 'Cause it was down the bridge, right?
Right, but be honest here. How many times has, except for the previous one, how many times has someone come to our aid in this terrible place? And seems rather convenient, doesn't it? Where were they at when we first came here? Where were they at when we were fighting those visions?
They were here the first time we were here. I saw a bird, something fly down and actually grabbed one of the druids and flung him off the roof and then flew away because then the storm came.
That actually did happen. Okay.
Mhm.
I am very sorry. We have very limited abilities against these druids. We have a history, and they like to strike birds from the sky just as a matter of principle. And I'm not sure about you, but if I am smaller, and although agile, smaller in a bird's body, I am very susceptible to lightning.
No, we're not throwing in anything. We're just talking about our next plans because a couple of our compatriots kind of want to go back to town. So we're just thinking if we want to join you, or if you're going to go and split ways for a little bit, then meet you back at town.
Well, and Elvir kind of waves a hand and motions to his father for a moment. You can see him quickly making some sort of signs with his hands. His father nods. And Elvir goes, "Well, friends, we will be going to Vallaki first, and then we'll be going to, most likely, we'll be heading to the town of Barovia. We are not, We won't be heading to Kresk if that's where you're going, but if it's Vallaki you're headed to, so are we.
I think that's the current discussion right now. So, why don't you help us load up the wagon?
Of course. Of
Um,
course.
yeah, and then we're Tilda's hiding. There is 3 very large, um, not casks, but the where they make the wine that is poisoned, and we have someone who can purify it. It's just it might take longer, so we're deciding if we're wanting to stick around here to let her do that or what we're trying to do. So there's still some planning. We were just making sure the rest of the household was secure.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
15.
Are you saying that the wine was poisoned and that you were going to fix it? Davian kind of looks over at you for a moment, looks back at Aiden. Sorry, Adrian, and just nods. Turns back. How about we discuss things indoors? My sons will take care of loading the wine, but for you and your group, I need to ask you some questions.
All right. Well, I guess I look over and there's now Therian. I'm just gonna kind of look at Therian and be like, input. Yes. No.
Can I make it an insight check on this man?
Absolutely, you can.
Hip check.
Straight up vibe check.
Vibe check. Vibe check. Hopefully it doesn't go poorly.
Ooh.
Out the fucking gate. Let's go.
Taking a moment to kind of look over him, he seems resolved to something. You almost get the sensation that he's relieved and sad, but you get no sense that he's lying.
I think we should hear him out.
Well, come on in, and we'll kind
Another
of
time
show
I would
you.
chuckle at the irony of you inviting me into my own house, but for now, how about we just go inside?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
why didn't you
their
just say that to
house.
begin with? Oh.
That's thank goodness. We were so worried. That
Side note, Zumi was laughing at it.
So, he takes
I'm
you.
gonna look very embarrassed and walk in.
Yeah, he takes all of you upstairs to the dining room, which is on the second floor. You can see it's the room with like all the chairs, and as he settles in, you can hear the moving and the huffing and puffing downstairs of his children, his sons, moving the wine barrels onto the wagon. He sits down. First, I must ask you a very important question. What is your relationship with this land?
Wait, are we all there?
Yep. He would have gathered you all together.
We're not from this
Define
land.
relationship.
Are you here because you seek money or glory or fame? Are you here to help people? Are you here to become vampires and join Strahd in his campaign or crusade? Why are you here?
Definitely not the last part.
Because I can smell the taint of such beast on you.
Yeah, that would be my father's doing.
Not you.
Oh.
On him and her.
Oh, the siblings. Oh yeah.
I do not need to
Nice.
know why you smell like him. But I do need to know what your purpose is here.
Well, first off, the whole vampire thing wasn't really consensual for me. Second, uh, we're the not hoes, and I had a 3, but yeah, why are we here again? I've totally
To
blanked
get
out.
Well, we
home?
originally came because people told us that, someone needed
Strahd
help
was
and there was
sick.
money in it, and then we got kind of fucked
Trapped.
over on all ends of that spectrum.
Trapped,
So
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you all seek just to leave.
We seek to make this place better than it was when we got here.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. I see. Do you know where you are? Not
Barovia.
not just Barovia, but what this place really means.
Infinite Death Circle?
This place, Barovia, as you know it, is one small piece of a place known as the Plane of Dread. Are you familiar with this?
Can I make a history check?
We?
You can make history or religion.
I am better at one of those things than the other.
Same.
I'll give it a shot.
I am not even gonna try.
And the other shoe falls.
Arabella, you've heard mentions of the Plane of Dread, a dark and terrible prison, but that's all you know of it.
Mine was rolled with a disadvantage.
Mario and the rest of you have no idea what the Plane of Dread is.
Sounds dreadful.
Very much so. And he takes a moment and he reaches in. This is something of a treasure for my family, something we have guarded for untold generations. And he pulls out a book. It's bound in black leather with red stitching. And as he turns it over, you can see there's an insignia on there of a raven in flight, being stabbed through by a sword. And he passes it into the middle of the table. Doesn't take his hand off it yet. Long ago. Hundreds of years ago. Before my great father's time. And mark you, I am 150 years old. I know, I do not look a day over 80, but still. With him and my father and my father's father, my great father, reaching the same age, before that time, the Plane of Dread has existed, and we have passed this tale from father to son, and father to son. I passed this tale on to my eldest. Unfortunately, he ran away, believing this to not be his problem, believing he could do something different, and you have met him. I believe you called him Fuck Off Bird.
Erwin.
Erwin.
Erwin the
Erwin.
That
Birdwin.
will never, ever die, will it?
No, because it is the first time someone has told a raven to fuck off in Barovia, and I must say I find it endlessly amusing.
Well,
Almost says it's like your magnum opus.
your Birdwind son did not.
So, long ago, before anyone in living memory could possibly remember, except for the gods, and demons and devils, the gods created the planes. Yes, you know this? What planes
Yes.
they did not create, they captured and brought and created balance. The Feywild to balance the plane of shadows, dreams to balance nightmares, heavens to balance hells. And they realized they had made a mistake. For in the middle sat the prime material plane. It had no equal. But this was okay. It was the center point, the focus, the wheel turned around the prime material plane, and the power generated from living mortals could power everything else. But there were some men and women from the prime material plane that did things so horrifically tragic, so sad or depraved, that they deserved special punishment. By the time they realized that these monsters were turning into demons and devils beyond compare, archdemons, devil lords, such things, they realized that power was being contested. That mortals were not only offering their hope and prayers to the gods above and below, but rather to things and creatures that did not deserve it. And so they decided to make a prison plane. Unfortunately, by this time it was too late. Their power was divided. They could no longer create a plane, but instead they could steal one. And so they did. They stole pieces of your prime material plane and turned it into the most impenetrable prison to have ever existed. One where people could leave, or people could go but not leave. You could never return to where you came from. And there they put people who deserved the most rigorous of tortures and imprisonments. You understand? They set two forms of guardians. The mist, which surrounds and disorients and drains the life of those who would leave, trapping their souls to be here forever. And the ravens. It is said that my people were long ago just ordinary birds. And the gods graced us with human form and told us to watch over all of those who were unwillingly trapped here when they stole the lands. That is where we come from. Have I lost you so far? Am I boring you?
You're the prison guards.
Yes.
Okay.
Which means that for the likes of Strahd himself, he cannot contest us. If he were to try and fight us, we would simply put him back where he came from. But it means that we ourselves cannot offer challenge to the mortals who reside here. It's not our place and not our power. Because the people who were trapped here to teach the actual prisoners a lesson were innocents. And so they were granted an unrestricted freedom from us. You understand? As a sort of recompense for what horrors they must endure.
So then,
Are
how
you
do the
speaking of the
Vistani
Vistani?
come and go?
I don't think that equates.
It does not. So my people ordered, demanded something more, something better. And we were given gifts. 3 gifts for this realm, and 3 for others, and others, and others. You do not understand the size nor scope of this plane of dread, for this is but one small, tiny piece of it. This is meant all to imprison one man, one monster. Strahd. This is not so much his domain as it is his prison. To teach him a lesson he refuses to learn, and this place will never be escapable unless he dies or he learns.
And I'm going to assume
Which
that
is
he's
the
been here
harder
for a
option.
very long time.
Very long.
He's older than
Originally-
my
Which is the
father
hard-
ever was.
Originally, he was kept in check. He was not allowed to torture these people. Because the gods were here. They made this prison, and we were its wardens, and they heard our prayers. And then something called the Time of Troubles occurred in your prime material plane, where the gods lost their powers and changed how they worked. Now it was a matter of faith and hope. Only one god returned to us. The others abandoned this place. A prison they no longer cared about, where they could shove prisoners in and not worry because those prisoners would never learn, or if they did learn, then they would no longer become the demons and devils to challenge them.
Darian will
forgot
pull
us.
his symbol out. Was it? Huh.
No. We call him the Morning Lord, and he watches over us. The other gods do not care.
I beg to differ.
You have been here, what? A month? Maybe 2? Try living here for 150 years. Then you can beg me to differ. And you will beg.
No, that's actually doable for you. That's crazy, isn't it?
$625 and I've never begged for one thing.
That would change. Caught in an atmosphere of unrequited oppression. So my people settled here. And we kept watch on Strahd. We made sure that he would not abuse people beyond our means to help them. And unfortunately, our powers waned. We lost control. We were guards without backup, as it were. My family has grown smaller as of late. And our children are sometimes born as eggs. We are losing our ability to change. It is quite possible that soon there will be no guards but the mist. And so I request of you aid in 2 things. And in return, I will help you as best I can return to the place you come from. Takes his hand off the book. In this contains everything ever written about Strahd himself, including his own personal musings. It is his journal, and it is ours. It is nearly impossible to read, because parts of it will drive you mad.
Is this the book from the ruins?
I do not believe so. My family has had this for many, many generations.
Okay. Is there another book like it?
I do not believe so.
Well, because we met a ghost knight
Mm-hmm.
who said something about a silver dragon.
Yes, Arkin Vostolt, one of the other guardians, originally, before Strahd had him killed and turned into a thing.
Right. But he talked about a book that was there. Right?
Then there is most likely another book. Probably not the same, I will admit, but if Arkin Vostolt did have something powerful, I would believe it. He was a disciple of the Morning Lord, one of his first.
I have a question. If Strahd has the power to kill the guards, why hasn't he done it already?
Strahd lacks the power to kill us. However, his allies do not. As you saw, we had to flee these druids, these blights.
So as long as it's not a prisoner who was thrown in here on purpose, everyone else has the power to kill you guys?
We are as fragile as any other man. Mind you, we are immune to most forms of damage that aren't specifically used to kill lycanthropes. Although we are not like the wolves, who were men made wolf. We are bird made man. Slightly different.
Erwin the Birdman.
So you're werehumans?
That is an accurate description. If you would want this book to help you leave this place, I will ask of you these 2 things. Is this an acceptable deal?
I kind of just want to read the book, so I'm for it. What do you guys think?
I mean,
Currently, this is the only person who has actually helped us consistently.
Only living person.
Only
I
living.
mean-
Living person.
Yes.
He has not been lying, right?
hmm And he's offering us a very valid reasoning, and B, an potentially actual way to get out of here. So
Could I ask one more question? I mean, I'm sure we'll probably say yes to this, but this is a personal question.
Yes.
What's to the north of here?
Many, many things. Why? Is there something in particular you were looking for?
I just have an urge to go north.
Ah. North from here is Kresk, the Raven River, the crossing. There is a tower on Lake Baratok. The Svaric Woods to the north, and Svaric Roads, Kresk, and the Tower of Dawns. Many things. Why?
You okay, Lilith?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there something you're looking for, or just a pull that you feel? Because if it is
Yeah.
so, it is likely you are being led to something important. We have found in our long years, all of us, that the Morning Lord speaks in weird and unusual ways, in longings and instincts that defy the norm.
I mean, yes, a pole to the north. It started before we got here.
Hmm.
I mean, not this time we got here.
Well, the Tower of Dawns seems likely, and if not the Tower of Dawns, then perhaps the old Wizard's Tower on Lake Baratok. I would suggest you visit it very carefully. It's rumored to hold great and powerful magics of a wizard long dead, killed by Strahd in his first century here. Very powerful, very potent. Very trapped, as far as I am aware.
What would happen if he was untrapped?
I do not know. It's very trapped. I've never been. I don't want to die.
Yeah, dying sucks.
It's a good thing that we have somebody here who's really good with traps.
nope,
Ha, Crimson.
nope.
Nope.
Yeah, we sure do. And I tap Arabella.
So, I will tell you my
Huh?
2 requests, and if you agree to them, I will give you the book and answer more questions. Is this an acceptable bargain?
What are your
Yes.
2 requests?
The 3 relics given to us by the gods have been stolen, and that is why these lands are now wilting and dying. One of them disappeared ages ago, 50, 60 years. Another, when we fled, it was dropped into a river to the east of here that went and flew. What is the word for water when it goes? I don't like swimming.
Water.
Flowed? Flowed is the word?
Floated down
Yes.
the stream.
Floated?
Yes. Yes, it floated downstream into the old village there that I will consider a great failing of ours. We cannot go there, for the spirits of the doomed who wander actively hunt us if we do. And the last one was stolen by these druids.
The ones that were occupying this house.
Most likely why they came here, yes. They are green crystals, like emerald but bigger, the size of my fist. And they shine with a light, and if you are holding them, they give you immunity to a great many things. When buried in the earth, it makes plants grow 1,000 times faster. In Barovia, that means they grow like normal. But in
Did we
which is the
find
land?
those
Did we find those?
on the person that was dead in the room? No.
Of course not. That'd be too easy.
But I seek these 3 things. Returning even one of them means we can get the vineyard back working in proper order. Because, as I'm sure you're aware, booze is essentially the only thing keeping these people going sometimes.
Yes.
I can relate.
Of course you can, Arabella.
My next request
There.
is one we can actively help you with. Help us, and at the very least, how do you word this? Help us kill Strahd. It's been done before. He has died twice already.
He reincarnates too.
I do not know. There are stories of long ago when we Guardians had to kill Strahd once. When there were more of us and we had more power. He died. And people could escape. And people lived here fearless, free of doubt and torture. For 20 years he slumbered. And then he returned. The mist returned to guard him as well, and we were forced to come back. But twice this
So
happened.
death.
That's very unlike most vampires.
I will say Strahd has recently changed. He is different. I remember him as a child. A recluse, a man who did not go outside, who studied magics and learned things, not one who was charismatic and treated people as though they were toys. He treated them as though they were resources, things to use, not things to play with. Something has changed. Whether that is
Did it
good or bad.
Did
Hey,
it change very
storyteller.
recently?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him walk in the sun before, have we not?
You have.
Well, that makes sense. Someone like him shouldn't be able to walk in the sun.
Recently? 50 years.
Okay.
So
good.
before we got
Yeah,
here,
man,
we didn't cause this one, guys.
Yeah, not our fault.
Thank
That's
fuck for
something
that.
we still have to work with. But being able to walk in the sun for vampires is quite powerful.
Yes. Although, to be fair, the sun here is not very strong. What little we do get is the presence of the Morning Lord. During the time of troubles, it was endless night. Endless.
We can say that he can't get into Valaki right now if you're ever worried.
We are
We
not.
don't know how long that'll last. It could be temporary. Could be minutes, days.
Probably as long as he lives. And Darian points at Crimson.
This is possible. You smell of an old friend.
Speaking of smells,
I,
what's the
I,
last time we
I
all took a
really, I
shower?
really just want to go like, oh, and start lighting up.
Do it.
Your disco ball career starts
won't.
now.
My time has come, my friends.
You won't.
Are you from here?
I am not. No. But um so some strange things happened in the town. Do you know the bones that protect the town?
The bones of St. Andrew. At one point, we used to throw. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We were childhood friends, yes. He died.
He's kind of a part of me now.
You hold his spirit? It would make sense. Why it would smell like him.
I think so. Maybe.
It is good. He
Why
was a
don't
good
you
man.
just show him, Crimson?
Well, I light up. Oh,
You can see, like,
Ball.
as you do, like when you physically light up, the vampiric and bestial nature of both Mario and Therian is like, it's not like they're trying to, but it's revealed that all of a sudden their faces are like wild and savage, and you can see that Davian's features become narrower and more bird-like, and his hair kind of flicks back and looks like feathers for a moment before the light fades.
It only reveals them.
Yep.
Yo,
I want to be like the mask. Like, whoa.
you're a disco ball of truth, Crimson.
Not
Out
so
of character,
much.
it's like when the lights come on at the end of the night.
It is meant to be an ability to see creatures that could harm the regular mortal. And it does not show all such creatures, just some.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did Lilith go back to like her default like state or anything? No. Oh.
Guess
Guess
I'm
you're not a
harmless.
danger, Lilith.
So you
You don't
have
get yourself killed; you get everybody else killed.
I did send you a question, Devin.
so I am sure you have many, many questions.
So you know what the relics are.
Yes.
And you said the green emerald-like rocks were here.
At one point, yes.
You know how long ago they're gone? Like, was it just recently that these guys attacked for the relic?
They have tried before, but before we had 3, and then unfortunately 2, and then unfortunately 1, and then unfortunately none.
So
But
they
our,
keep...
our power has waned.
Okay, so this has been a overtime thing, not like they got all of them at the same time. Okay. And then lastly, is one of these relics a weapon by any chance?
The emeralds? No.
No, not the emeralds. The other two. Like, is one, like, let's say, like a mace or a sword?
The relics we discussed were 3 emeralds.
Okay,
And the
so it's
bow.
just... Okay, so it's just 3 emeralds. Because you said there's 3 relics, so is each
Yes.
relic an emerald?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You have it, yes.
Okay, sorry, I thought there was, like...
And the emerald floated down the river?
Yes.
Okay, so emeralds floated down river into a town that they can't go into. They just recently made off with an emerald. And then...
Another one has been missing for many years.
yeah.
At
this one's
first, I
another-
was convinced my eldest had stolen it from us, but he has promised me that it is not so. Still, Erdwin is not fond of us. He
Oh, we're in the same boat.
believes that I should not have accused him of such things.
Well, you know, shit happens. I have a question or two.
Yes.
This book, I'm assuming I'm assuming Strahd shouldn't get his hands on this, or is it all... I'm not saying that he would, but if something were to happen and he gets his hands on it, how fucked are we?
Let us assume that as a child you drowned many, many times, near death over and over and over again. Would you want to touch the water after that?
I mean, no.
This book
But
is
I would
like that for
also-
Strahd.
Okay.
It is a reminder
Cool.
of why he is here.
Great. Second thing, when you get back to Valake, I don't know if we're following you or not, and it looks like we're probably not going to. Just tell them to prepare and not for the festival. And if you find a hunter that looks extremely sad, tell him to be extra careful and don't go anything alone. And that's all I have.
I'm gonna look at Mario. Oh, also tell them I'm dead. I wasn't here. You never saw me.
What is your
I'm
name?
super dead.
Nothing.
It doesn't matter because I'm dead.
Birds are smart.
Being
That is
dead
the
girl.
point.
Arabella. But I'm dead, so it doesn't matter.
You are very welcome to stay here. The beds are small, unfortunately, but my grandchildren will not be coming back anytime soon, and my sons and I will not be able to grow anything for a while. I cannot guarantee it will always be safe, because it can be invaded. However, that is highly unlikely at the moment, so if you wish to stay here and sleep, you are more than welcome to. And the food that is here will not spoil, will not go bad. Only if it is poisoned will it hurt you.
What about your like poison stuff in your basement? Is that gonna come back?
The spores.
These spores are a defense.
Well, they're gone.
They do not work on us. And apparently they don't work on the druids either.
Oh, they work on the druids.
They,
There's a dead one down there.
fair enough. They do not work on us because we are more bird than person. So they were meant to guard the crystals.
Well, they're no longer there.
They will return.
Okay.
Just don't go in the basement is what you... Well, okay.
Unless you are a bird, don't go in the basement. It's very simple rule.
Maybe... Maybe... Okay.
Now the big casks where you're making wine currently, or they're sitting wine,
Super poisoned.
seems to be poisoned.
Super
You said
poisoned.
you had a way to deal with this, yes?
Yeah, I can fix it.
That would be most appreciative. If we cannot have wine being made consistently, then at the very least we can ration out what we have left. But if our aging casks are poisoned, then I need help.
Yep. You can count on me.
Good.
Arabella gives like a
So
really not smile. She's
stay
not
here, fix wine, rest up.
Go find big shiny crystals.
Yes. I feel I must warn you. The village, the broken one, it had a burgomaster that rejected Strahd and tried to lead a rebellion. And in return, he burnt it to the ground, killing all of the souls inside. I fear it may be filled with creatures who are undead. Their souls not being cycled like others, but instead stoked with so much vengeance they could not possibly leave.
That sounds fun.
And if you see a house that looks like a tree, run.
What's in the house?
Yeah, what's in the house?
A powerful witch. One of the most powerful witches. She is so powerful. At one point, she could have been a god.
So, why is she here?
Can I make a history check on that?
You can.
Thank you.
Because she was Strahd's nursemaid. she fed him demon blood along with her milk. And he grew into a terrible creature because of it.
Okay.
Her power is much diminished now that she is shut in the land, but still, I will admit she is bound to her word. Like many other witches, once she makes a deal, she cannot go back on it. And she is honest, to a fault. But powerful.
Sounds like the Fae.
You could make that assumption. But most of the Fae have nothing but trickery on their mind, whereas she has power.
Hey.
And greed and hunger.
They're not really. He's not wrong.
That doesn't count for you.
Because I didn't grow up there doesn't mean I'm not Fae.
You're not Fae, you smell different.
What?
It's weird. It could be the land. I don't know.
Your nose might be broken.
I
That's-
think
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
he seems to be telling the truth. He thinks
It's
that
soon.
he doesn't think that she's Fae. He's not like grossed out or anything. He's just like, don't really seem like Fae to me. But I have other things to do as well. Yes, what?
I need to talk to you privately.
Okay. Like me or me? Like, which one?
The character, not the DM.
Okay. Right, I just need to...
The fact you
It's
like
switched
both will do.
seamless. The seamless switch was perfect.
Oh.
So, I have other things to attend to.
It'll take 5 minutes.
No, I mean, before this land was Barovia, before it was Ravenloft, it was something else. A land known as Thassalon. A land of different magic. If you are truly seeking to help, then I have a gift for you, above and beyond the book. The magics are of vice and virtue. Is there one of you who heals and harms?
I
Points to Arabella.
We all raise our
Aye.
hands.
Wait, yes!
Would one of you step forward, please?
Arian will step forward.
Arabella will also step forward, probably at the same time.
Yeah, Mario's not gonna move.
One of you must decide to take upon yourselves a burden and a gift.
I'll do it.
Good.
I was gonna say that too.
Will
already
one of
full
you
of
decide,
birds.
please? This is very confusing.
You already
asked.
have
Older
a
paper
burden.
shears?
Let me do it. You already
No,
have.
I
How
like
about
I
how
like
about a-
having all the bad stuff.
How about
Okay,
a game of
You're already
boulder, paper, swords?
If I have to decide, I will pick the one that is not currently a vampire, because these magics have a way of interfering with vampirism to make
Technically
it
a
something else.
vampire,
No, well, you smell like one. Half of one.
but I'm not. There you go.
Like,
but I'm-
open grave, not open wound, is very similar.
Annabella,
Dad
can
was a
you just
vampire.
let me, please.
No.
How about you do as your friend says and play the boulder parchment shears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boulder parchment.
There's stream delay. Like there's Discord delay. Do we want to just?
You'll both do it and close your
Go
eyes.
for it.
Just close your
Okay.
eyes.
And just hold it.
Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, show them. I can't see them both. Hold your hands up. It's a tie. All right, both of you close your eyes. Do it again. Okay, it's a tie again. Excellent.
We seem to share one brain cell between us.
He's gonna wait. Okay, all right. Here's how we do this. You two are apparently far too similar. You both wish for burdens. You both choose the same thing. You are both stepping forward.
I don't want it.
I just imagine him like going like and then just slaps me across the face.
You, who is almost vampire. You will take
Yes.
it. Not you.
Shit.
Him.
Oh,
Aria?
Fine. Fine. What's another thing, you know? Fine.
you.
All right.
Thank
And
you,
you,
Arabella.
you half vampire. You wish to talk to me. You come with me. We talk. It'd be fine. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My sons. They'll know. Come with me.
Okay.
So he kind of takes you off to the side, goes over to the loom room, the weaving room. And he goes, "You were wanting something."
What does she smell like?
I'm not sure. I have never smelled such a thing before.
But she does not smell
Changing.
fey.
No, it is like some sort of weird mix of everything. Like it constantly changes and shifts and moves.
That's not normal.
Isn't it? She's a changeling, yes?
Yes, but that's. I've been with her for 4.5 years.
Your sense
I
of smell
never
is different from mine, don't forget. You have the nose of a predator, I have the nose of prey. It's very different. What I
Yes, but
smell is
she
not
is
what you
fey.
smell.
She is fey.
Then she is Fae. Who am I to say? I've never really smelled Fae, besides the one time that a Fae came in and tried to trick me into selling the farm for 3 pennies. It was not a very good Fae. Very bad bargain.
Sometimes persuasion doesn't get you everywhere.
Of course not. Would you do me a favor, and when you go back, send the almost vampire to me?
Yes.
Thank you.
After he left to go have his little talk with Therian, Gudaya went and grabbed. I know he's not here, but our hunter friend,
Malik, absolutely, yeah.
because obviously
he is with you. He's with you at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Can we go outside and see? Because it's got to be recent. If there's any recent tracks of where these druids could have gone, like the ones that obviously must have fled.
Okay. Taking some time to do so, I'll give you advantage on the survival check if you want to make one.
I would like to give advantage to him.
I can try that.
Just because I don't have very good survival, but I think he does. Well, I hope so.
I think his character's on
PC,
D&D
NPC.
Beyond.
His character's on D&D Beyond, not on
Okay.
here. Unfortunately, I know I don't have him on here, so...
Alright, I'll just roll it myself.
Okay, well, you will have advantage on it, fortunately.
Okay, well, I got it.
And there it is.
Okay, you see it heading south. There are no signs of the blights moving with them, but there's a weird sort of... you would assume almost like a peg leg. Something with 2 peg legs moving with them. It's definitely a heavier creature, because the peg legs sink a good 1/4 inch into the relatively wet, not like soaking wet, but relatively wet mud. And the footprints themselves are not old enough to have like garnered water raising in them from the recent rains, but they are not perfectly dry either. So they're probably within the past 5-6 hours, people have moved to the south.
South is where they said don't go,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And I think
I'll-
we're gonna have to go.
I'll go back and say I found tracks of the druids going south. Obviously, to whoever's there. I know it's probably going to be just me and Therian and everyone else except Mario, because Mario's probably going to be talking to.
Mhm.
You said south?
So
Yes.
there is an option, mostly vampire. This is something that happens when we exchange the stories of our past and gift them from one generation to the next. And when the second generation can quote it back to us with no difficulties, we give them a gift. You understand?
I do.
You'll have to promise me you will simply tell the others that I left.
Well, I need to tell them something if I came with you, and yeah, you know what? Yeah, I got it.
Pulls out a dagger. And he pricks his palm. And it drips not the red you expect, but a black. It's not appetizing to you at all. He takes it. This may sting a little. And he traces a figure on your forehead. You don't see it, but it begins to burn, ever so slightly. Just a little bit. And he says, "If I did not believe your people were good and just, I would not do this. Apologize to my sons. They know what's coming. I wish for you to have a prosperous life. And even if you don't succeed, this magic will be reborn somewhere else in this world. And if you do, it leaving is not a bad thing." He smiles for a moment. And then he kind of takes the dagger and goes, "I wish you so much luck on your adventure." Turns it around and stabs himself in the chest.
Okay. I don't know what Mario.
He gasps
I guess
for a moment, just
Mario.
like a and then folds over and becomes a bird with his last dying breaths. And you feel something push its way into you.
A fourth.
And like all I can imagine is like it's just a condo unit where there's like 4 doors and like there's 3 doors and suddenly just another one just slams on. It's like, hey, neighbors.
There's now Mario. Of
Mario's
the
head is so
vampire.
cramped.
Mario's is now a Best Western at this
The
point.
lady in red, and now a bird. Just poof.
So you have gained
Um,
the vice and virtue of greed and selflessness. I can send you what it does later.
Okay. Yes, please.
He's like, yeah, I know what that is.
So if it doesn't, if Mario's gonna clutch the bird in his hands, being as gentle as possible, maybe take like a cloth or something like that and like wrap him up, try to make it like all nice and neat. He definitely plans to bury this bird somewhere in the yard.
Yeah. As you pick him up, like the dagger drops out of the body, it no longer being heavy enough to like keep the dagger in, and it is.
I want to grab the body, not the body, the dagger as well.
It is a single like 6-inch blade. It has no crossguard. Looks more like a kitchen knife than anything, but its hilt is adorned with simple red leather, wrapped in gold as well. At the very edge is a bright red ruby. But until I give you the thing, essentially, if you cast a healing spell, your next damaging spell gets a damage bonus equal to your proficiency modifier. If you cast a damaging spell, your next healing spell gains a healing bonus equal to your proficiency modifier. It only stacks once either way. So it's
okay.
Yeah. It's
I've basically
the
become
balance.
I've basically become a redder mage from Final Fantasy.
Yep.
That's the thing. God, that we didn't give it to Arabella.
Right?
She only
I-
damages.
And she's gonna start healing out of the blue for no reason, just like,
Yep.
what? Okay.
100%. Also, I'm saving my healing for important stuff.
Ah,
Well, important stuff,
right.
like
Yeah,
half your
she would
party
let us
laying on the
die
ground.
because we're not important stuff.
It's easier to bring you back with a different spell. I'm sorry.
But you also sense a vague, throbbing sensation of other creatures like you. Not where they are, just that they exist.
Hmm.
Other vices and virtues are there to be found.
And
Do I have a sense to find them too, or no? It's just like
You're aware
it's like a
of them.
ping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Mario is slowly just becoming our metal detector in this game.
Yeah.
He just,
Bing, bing,
yeah,
bing,
he's
bing,
now
bing.
able to find vampires, now able to find these lycanthropes. Oh man, it's great.
What's
You-
the difference between a Best Western and Mario? There is none.
There is none.
They're the same picture.
Yeah. So, you guys, so you carefully package up Davian. This 150-year-old bird itself has gray feathers, not pitch black. And the dagger, you get the sense that it is magical when you touch it. It has that slight arcane hum. You put it away. And you realize, like, thinking back to it, you're pretty sure he told his sons he was going to do this. You saw him arguing in sign language with his youngest. And you kind of got the sense that there was an agreement. Whether this is because you've suddenly become more innately empathic, or because there are other memories pressing in on your already crowded mind. You're not sure.
During that,
Mhm.
Therian, now suspicious, is going to hand Lilith his sword,
Mhm.
which is completely silver.
I don't know how to use a sword.
Just hold it for a second, please.
Why?
Because I asked nicely.
You didn't. Wait, I guess you did say please.
I was about to say you didn't ask.
I guess she will confusedly take the sword.
Roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
As soon as it was like, that doesn't smell fate. Yeah, okay. There's something going on
17.
Nothing happens. She
It's a
grabs
pretty
the sword,
sword.
gives it a little swing, touches the blade. Nothing.
Sword. Are you going to teach me how to use it, or are we just?
now. Sure. Sure.
Can I just take the book?
Yeah.
You
There-
grab
I
it,
wanted to read that.
and as you pick it up, it feels heavy, like far heavier than this book should. So take a look. You can feel it's not just the weight of the book, but the weight of something else inside of it. A heaviness or a darkness. Like gravity.
Therian will take out the holy symbol he carries of the matron, which has a silver band necklace on it, and hand it to her. Tell her to wear it. He is paranoid now. Wear it.
Trades
Just,
you the sword for the necklace.
yeah, just wear it for me for a while, please.
Kind of. Do you want to?
At this point, she's like, "Well, the sword didn't hurt me, so."
Roll a con save.
Is it weird that I want to fail?
It's weird. I want you to
11.
Can you roll a wisdom save as well, please?
At 8.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. Just hold on
What's
to
your
them.
what? Your sword?
Just I'm gonna take the sword and put the sword away. You continue to wear that.
I will remark that giving her your holy symbol makes it much harder for you to cast spells.
I picked up the one off of the guy that attacked us.
Fair enough.
That was also a
Yeah.
follower, and I am putting that one on now.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick Crimson twice in the back of his leg.
That wasn't the agreement, and I'm gonna just bolt.
At this point,
By the way,
Is-
you're it.
No, it's you.
Nope, it's you. That doesn't count.
at this
Yes, it
point,
does.
a raven kind of flutters up, perches on the windowsill, and then like weirdly steps forward and becomes a person. The kind of neck twisting weirdly as the bones crack and allow it to change. The wings kind of shrink and shrivel and then spread out again to become more human. And wearing a black leather cloak, as he was before, is Erwin's middle child.
The one who
No,
can't speak.
Yeah, sorry, the one that can't speak.
Oh, that's the first time I think I've seen that. That is. Does it hurt? I'm sorry. That sucks. Me? All of us. Okay.
Am I with him now, or am I still off?
That's up to you.
I definitely want to take the time to bury the man that gave me the gift. But as soon as that's done, do a prayer to the lady in red, and then come back up with the group.
So you take probably a good 20 minutes because doesn't take as long to bury a bird as it does a man, which fortunately for you. And of course, there's no mess, there's no blood. The dagger seemed to have almost absorbed whatever there would have been. You take your time and you bury it, and you find the rest of you. Do you go with Adrian? Adrian, sorry, I believe that's his name. I'm
Yes.
messing it up because like my brain's not really working great right now.
Yes.
Trying to find that thing.
I go with the bird man.
It is
Fuck off,
Adrian.
Bird boy? Is he a bird
Birdman,
man or a bird boy?
He looks to be in his 30s or
Birdman.
40s.
Okay, so
Birdman.
Birdman.
Mhm.
Birdman.
Birdman.
Not
But yeah,
bird
he has
boy.
the scar that goes across his throat that looks ragged, like it wasn't made by a blade, but it was made by almost a claw or something. He has jet black hair with a single streak of gray that goes from the front to the back all the way down. His hair goes to the middle of his back, but he keeps it in a loose ponytail. One of his eyes is slightly clouded over, and you can see the faint tracing of a scar. And now that whenever he moves, you can hear the clank, clank, clank. As he walks, you can see a sword at his side, not sheathed, but instead a small band that seems to have a button on it, so he doesn't have to pull it out of a sheath. He can just unbutton and go. But he takes you all downstairs, if you'll follow him, and shows you that in the 15-20 minutes that his father's been telling you the story and has given you the book, he and his brother have loaded up the wagon. And you can see there are about 24 other ravens kind of perched on top, keeping watch.
It's like a family reunion.
Well, less a family reunion, my friends, and more of a guardianship. They aren't were-ravens, they're just friends.
We're humans.
I really don't prefer that term.
I think
That's
it's
fair.
funny.
It is more fitting though. You guys
I
are
did
you're
promise to
ravens
fix
turned
your-
human, not humans turned raven.
I promised to fix your liquor. So
Thank you.
I
But
gotta get to do that.
the thing is, I prefer to be human over bird because humans have better sex.
You're not wrong.
How would
mean-
you know, Darian?
Yeah, you're not human.
No, I mean, how would you know that? Never mind.
When you're a bird, you're just like, oh, look, it's an egg. I do the thing. When you're a human, it's actually fun. So I prefer to be human. It's a crude joke, but I also prefer to be human because people can't kill me with a single arrow. Or a lightning bolt. Or, tell me to fuck off. Well, they can tell me to fuck off, but usually they don't. I am charismatic.
I like you.
I like you
Yeah,
too.
Erwin was not. And he is
Erwin.
never letting that go.
Erwin was not the favorite child. Obviously, I am.
Erdwin the Birdwin.
I'm gonna pat Arabella and just be like, just go fix the wine.
I
So-
kind of like this guy.
Are
Go
you
fix
coming with
the
us? Are you staying here? What is your plan?
So
Wait, what was the
bad news.
What's that?
I found tracks outside of where the druids who fled this place went
Okay.
to.
That's actually good news. I don't know why that's bad.
They
You
went to
found-
the south.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly how I thought that was gonna go. Just whoop boom.
So
I love this guy.
That's very not good. That's very bad, actually. That's the opposite of good.
That's why he said bad news.
that's why I said bad news.
Oh my god.
Right. So you found good news and bad news, and the
News.
bad news is a fuck ton worse.
So we should go the other way, right?
So
Absolutely.
Let's go north.
Yes, exactly. North. What? You keep saying
Question.
and You
Yeah.
need to speak,
I-
friend. Speak.
I do speak. Just freaking assholes keep interrupting me.
Why
so
are you?
anyway-
Why are you taking? Are you mocking me?
No,
Do you
I'm
think
knocking
my accent
friend.
He
is
has
funny?
he has a condition where if he hears a certain
I'm
accent,
sure he has a
to repeat it.
condition. Like I'm not
He has
judging the face
he has like some.
and
I
like
just
the
really
height.
want to just like turn. I really want to just turn on my light so he starts turning back to bird, being like, I control your human nature.
So, you
Anyways,
don't
there
really want
is-
to go south.
No, but I saw something very weird. There was like peg legs also in the tracks, and it looked like it was the person's legs, like they just were walking on pegs.
Are you judging someone for not having legs?
He is.
I
I feel
am
like, hey, you don't have legs. You're weird. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I feel like, to be fair, no, hold on. To be fair, I feel like if you don't have legs in this place, you are fucked.
To
That
be
is a
fair-
fair judgment.
To be
It
fair,
was
that's
just
that's
more of-
actually probably right.
it was just more of
To be fair.
you've been attacked multiple
Be
times
prepared.
for the relics
Hmm.
that you've been protecting here.
Yes, yes,
Has
you
there
have.
ever been a peg-legged person that has
You
been
know,
part of the
weird-
attack?
weirdly enough, when people attack me, I usually don't look at their legs. I'm not like, I could sex that. No, I'm usually like, oh shit, I need to run. I am not a fighter. Not even a
Sex
little
that?
bit.
I wish there was a way we could
And do you
stay in
want-
contact with you because you.
You wanna learn how
You
to
know what?
fight, like,
I
a
give
little
up.
bit?
I'm fucking done.
Sorry,
Dude.
what was that?
I said, do you want to learn how to fight like a little bit?
No, I'm good. My brother does the fighting. I do the talking and the maidening and, giving the children to people. It's good. It's good. It's a good life.
We should meet up
Crimson.
sometime.
Could it be the scarecrows that you and Malik were looking at?
We don't have scarecrows. What are you talking about?
Son of a bitch is probably
There
them.
were scarecrows in here.
There were
Why?
there were scarecrows in your vineyard.
You know,
yesterday,
it's
but
really
not today.
ironic that there were scarecrows in a vineyard owned by ravens.
There was also like twig men people things.
Those are called blights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had rooty feet though. Like it wasn't just
Yes.
like a singular peg.
It wasn't a single peg, but a scarecrow could be.
Also, I appreciate the hilarity of scarecrows in a raven vineyard. Like,
Yes.
we don't fear crows. We just tell them to, in your words, fuck off, bird.
Oh, bird.
So it's not that big a deal. So we don't usually need scarecrows. We scare them fine on our own.
Listen, I told a griffin to fuck off. Like, I didn't get the griffin never hated me forever.
Wait. The
think they
griffin
hate
a
you.
person or griffin the weird lion bird?
Lion bird.
They are very foul-mouthed.
Wait, Griffin, the person. What?
It's-
I live.
Somebody named Griffin.
You
No.
have somebody named what? Who's Griffin?
I don't know. I was just making a joke because,
Oh.
griffins being part bird, being foul-mouthed, like...
Get it? Ha, ha,
I
ha.
understood. Listen, I understood your joke. So,
I thought it
Seriously.
was
They don't-
funny.
they've never even seen a
No,
griffin. Don't
I
even
was.
worry about that.
I was talking about you immediately thinking it was a person. You
Well, it
know
could be
someone
a
named
person.
Griffin.
Not really. I mean, maybe.
Okay.
I don't ask the names of everybody I come in contact with. Maybe I know them. Maybe I've slept with them. Who knows? It's just... I'm the wine guy, okay? I go, I make friends. People love me because I bring the wine.
You know what?
They love your wine and
haven't-
fuck you because you bring it. Not. It's fine.
You know what? We
Okay,
don't
first
need to
of all-
get into the emotional complications of me just being a slut, okay?
First of all, he
I
hasn't
agree.
slept with me, and I really like him, and he hasn't brought me wine.
I'll bring you wine
So-
if you want. I have a personal stash. By that I mean it's laced with some pretty good stuff. So, like, it's a good thing.
Is that some of the shit we stole?
We should party sometime.
It is, actually,
I'm sorry.
it is.
I'm terrible with names. What was your name again?
Well, you don't really need my name to, scream for
Well, I
daddy.
wanna
It's
know
just
your
how
name.
it works.
Sorry.
Arabella's just gonna it's just gonna walk away and just fucking crack up.
Oh, I am so happy that I know all those bottles that I threw into my backpack I know are laced with the good shit. Oh boy.
But if you need a name to soothe you into sleep at night, my name is Elvir. Elvir Martikov.
Elvir. I will not try to pronounce your last name, but Elvir.
You don't need my last name, except to give it to your children if we have any.
I think I might know someone who'd probably get mad if that happened.
I'm okay with
Thane is
threesomes, it doesn't bother
literally
me.
tensing.
Done.
Thane's hand is literally sitting on the hilt of his blade at this point. He's like,
Threesome it is. I
Will
like this
bird.
idea. Darian, we should ask him to join the Not Hoes. Although,
I'm going to be
Yeah.
fair. I am a hoe. Like,
It's
it's
not
hard
about it.
to not be a hoe when I am a hoe.
It's not
is.
like a sex thing, right?
But I am a sex thing.
Look at Lilith. It's like we're not heroes.
Excuse
Does that make
not
sense?
heroes, and we took the R out.
Yeah. Because not heroes made it was too much.
Not hoes.
what do you mean? Look at Lilith.
I think
First
you look
of
gorgeous.
all-
What is the problem with looking at you? You look fine. Fine and fine. You know how it means?
I think she was trying to say I'm not sexy.
That's because
I've-
she's blind.
I've
That's
Does
why.
slept
Mario
with
come
you.
up?
I've
Does
And
Mario
at this
come up,
point, Mario's like hearing this from around the corner. He's trying his best to like dig a solemn grave and bury a man who died with respect. And he's just hearing, "You're going to have my children," and like trying to not freak out.
He pauses. After hearing that, he pauses for a moment, digging the grave, and then continues to dig. And then after hearing that burn from Arabella,
Stop.
he's just
doing
gonna
it
stop
and,
and
like,
just look and just go, "Nope, not today. I'm not going over there today."
Yeah, Arabella's still mad at Lilith. So it wasn't burned at Lilith, but it was calling Lilith a hoe. It was not about her looks.
So, you know what? Maybe I am a hoe.
Maybe.
I'm aware.
There is a test for such things. We could go it back. We see if you're a hoe. It's good.
Like, Crimson has left and is just watching this from afar and is seeing the fire between the two females. Tharian looking like he wants to slaughter one of the birds. And now, probably from my point of view, Mario, who's sitting here trying to dig a grave for this bird, and is just sitting here struggling, and is just like, can I just look over to the other guy who can't talk and just be like, is this normal? Is this your daily life? I feel sorry for you, friend. I understand. And I want to pull out one of the wine from like his personal stash and be like, "You want a swig?"
He takes a look at it and goes,
Nope.
Put it back in. I take out one of the other ones.
he actually he reaches in into a pocket that looks small, but he actually pulls out 2 full wooden goblets and hands you one.
Oh, sweet. Pour him one. Pour some of me. Cap it. Put it back into my bag. Cheers. Drink. Right.
Therian
Also,
is just
the one that he went like this.
intensely
I'm gonna
watching.
put a big X on that one, being like maybe using combat or something.
You just pour it down like an enemy's throat.
That is
It
a
really is
different kind of
funny.
conflict, friend.
It really is just it's just not his flavor. Not his kind.
So, we are going to get going to the north. We're going to head towards Valaki. You're more than welcome to head to the south. Now, I will warn you, the south is
We
dangerous.
do actually have to go to Valaki
Oh, then come with us.
Why do
I
we have to
mean-
go to Bologna?
because Erwin asked us to come do this.
Oh right, we get paid. I forget
Yeah.
about that part.
So,
There's some other stuff.
Sorry,
Sorry.
make sure I get my cut.
no,
Talking
it's,
to-
it's okay, it's okay. If what did my brother promise you?
Ah.
That's a DM thing. It's been so long.
Look,
How much did he promise us?
if you're only going to Valaki because you need to make the delivery, I swear upon my father's name and the names of our children that I will make the delivery for you and come back to give you the payment, or I can pay you in advance.
I feel like, all right, hear me
Ends
out,
of our
guys. I feel like
I
it'd be
feel-
really good if you guys go, because I'm dead, right? So it'll be good if everyone but me shows up there to do the payment thing.
Please don't take this the very wrong way, but you are the sexiest dead thing I have ever seen.
I'm gonna wake at him. So it'd be good, like, because then it's gonna be like proof that I'm dead even more than everything else.
Okay. Well, whether you come with us or not, both ways. So, Yesterhill is to the south. It's a place of foul magics. There's a tree there that is not quite alive, but draws in the essence of things around it to pervert and change things. The druids down there take the limbs of this tree to help create their blights. A powerful and ancient magic tied to things long forgotten since before Barovia became a part of the realms.
So why not just destroy the tree?
We've tried. It doesn't. We can't cut it.
Interesting.
It blunts axes, even those made of adamantium and mithril. It does not light on fire. It does not die. Well, it's weird because it's kind of dead, but kind of not.
So undead. It's an undead tree.
Well, no, because it still grows and gives fruit, which do not eat the fruit.
Okay.
But the truly terrifying thing is that the druids of the dark, of rot and decay, have made a home underneath its ungentle roots. It is
Okay.
truly situated upon a hill. And I hear, and this is only hearsay because, you know, I have not personally given a druid a
Nope.
baby before, so. But they sacrifice some of their children to the roots.
Hmm.
It is a
Dramatic.
dangerous place full of fell magics. Not one I would personally choose to visit on vacation.
It's not like we came here on vacation anyways.
No, but you could have a vacation. Hey,
Mm.
I know some
have to
good
get back to you.
places.
Shh.
So this is me talking to GM,
Yep.
not in game.
Mhm.
there was a couple jobs that we took there
Yes.
before we left. Obviously, the wine was the bigger one that we took.
Yep.
Have we completed any of the other ones?
Nope.
Okay. Do you remember what the other ones were? I do not remember.
Okay.
been
They
a
weren't
while.
really jobs per se, but they were rumors that swirled around.
Right. So this one was the only one that was actually going to pay us, right?
Yes.
Okay. The other ones were just rumors and stuff that we heard. Okay.
How much was Birdwin gonna pay us? If the
Uh,
brother can upfront it, then it saves us time.
Birdman didn't really go into how much cash he would pay, but that he would
He
pay
just-
you, and he would pay
He
you.
just asked for X amount of barrels.
Yeah, and he said he would pay you per barrel.
Okay, well then we definitely have to go back because we don't know a number to give the brother.
I mean, regardless, can you wait like 3 minutes so I can unpoison all your alcohol?
Yes.
I have no problem with waiting. It gives me more time to talk to your friends.
Cool. I'm gonna. Come on, Krim.
Wow.
I'm gonna.
And then tap her twice and just bolt into the place.
Oh, you fuck! I was gonna smack you in the back of the head twice.
Haha, I already foreseen this. And I ninja roll into the area and bleed.
I will grant Arabella inspiration for that. That was a lovely thought of yours. Same thing with Maria. You'll also have inspiration, and Therian, you'll have inspiration.
What did we do?
You played into your characters very well.
Speaking of playing into my characters, Darian has been watching Lilith.
So, you have not been here long, I think. You do not have the look of somebody who has been here for a very long time. So I'm assuming you have not experienced everything we have to offer. Mostly depressing days, lots of rain, very little light, not good for ambiance. But we have really sad music.
Really sad. There was a lady with cakes? No.
Cakes?
No.
Eyes.
Pies, the dream pies.
Pies.
No, you did not eat them.
Yes.
No. No, those are not pastries made of things. They are made of children. You ate a child. And not in the fun way.
I don't think Arabella's here for this.
There's no
so
such
she
thing as
doesn't know.
eating a child in the fun way.
Yes.
I'm
before
sorry
the
you have
child
never
is a
experienced
child.
this. But typically...
No, Therian knows. He's just trying to take it seriously and play away from the sex joke.
You don't understand. They live in that big, creaky mill. The one that does the spinning and badness, and they make the flour. And they're like, oh, we're just little old ladies. We are no harm. They are hags. And they take children when people cannot pay for their pastries anymore because they are addictive.
Oh, I'm glad we solved that
I
problem.
don't think I had any issue with the addiction part.
And then they take their children and they make them into pies, pastries, whatever you want to call them. Because only children have the imagination needed to fuel a dream pastry.
Listen, we had just got here.
You ate a child?
Did not mean to.
You ate a child.
Yes, I
Oh man, you have totally turned off this man.
I did not know at the time. She seemed like a sweet old lady and the only person in the whole town.
Well, you know what
So-
this means. You are aware of what this means, right?
I'm a cannibal?
No, you must make 10 children to make up for it.
Oh man.
Okay, never mind.
However, if I
Never
going
mind,
to do
Darian,
that,
you're in even greater peril.
Or you could
Oh, man.
potentially
Silver
go
Sword works
deal with
good
them.
on a lycanthrope.
What was that? Sorry, you said something?
Nothing.
Good. Keep it that way. You look sexier when you're quiet. Just like that. Perfect.
Every ounce of Therion's being is being pushed down right now because he's like, I just want to kill this fucking bird.
I really think that we should let him join our group, Therian. I like him.
Can Mario smell Therion's rage from where he's at?
Oh, absolutely.
Just
There's just like a seething mass of hatred over there. He's practically glowing with
Yep.
it.
staying away from there.
So, how long will it take your friend to really do the thing where she does the thing and purifies the poison?
A few minutes. Like
Oh,
3
I'm
minutes.
back.
5 minutes.
Oh, hello.
Make her glow.
Is that a ritual spell?
Mm-mm. It's instantaneous.
It
I mean,
would take
so you
10
can-
minutes then.
Yeah, I mean, like, instead of wasting spell slots, you can ritual cast it, and it would take 10 minutes per barrel instead of
Taking
wasting
a
3
spell
spell
slot.
slots. Yeah.
That's
So you could take 30 minutes instead of 3 minutes, or I mean, 18 seconds.
Well, here's the thing, right? Hear me out here. One, purify food and drink doesn't say I can target more than one thing.
Mhm.
If I cast it at higher levels, so I don't know what it does at higher levels. Number two, I only have one first level spell slot left, and it was 3 casks, so
You're going to have
I
to
would
ritual
ritual
cast it,
cast
so
it.
it will take you 30 minutes to do so. Well,
So you don't waste a spell slot.
you guys spend the next 30 minutes or so. It's fine. You spend the next 30 minutes or so discussing things with this lovely, enchanting man who is an irresponsible, irrepressible flirt. Is there anything you guys wanted to talk to him about or anything you needed?
Lilith is just eating it up.
eat him up later too.
No, she's gonna ask him if he's ever been north too, though.
Yes, many times. I've been to Kresk, a very stingy city. If you do not bring them wine, they do not let you in. Or bringing them gold, they require like 100 gold pieces per person to let you in if you don't bring them something of equivalent value.
Right. And beyond that, I mean, your dad said something about a tower.
Yes, it
A
sits
couple
at the
towers.
back of Kresk, it sits in the Abbey of Saint Markovia. You notice a similarity to our name. Used to be one of us, a very powerful raven, and she protects that area like a great shield. Undead creatures cannot walk in and be hostile. They become slow and dim-witted. Not that they aren't already, and he looks over at Therian. So it's a good protection. And the Tower of Infinite Dawns rises up from the Abbey of Saint Markovia like a great beacon that looks over the land.
Raven sounds really delicious right now.
Doesn't it? I am hoping you would love to eat some raven. Maybe one of my sisters would take a liking to your ness. But, as I was saying, the tower spirals up, the great thing made of obsidian and ivory twining together, and at the very top sits a brilliant sun made of gold, the purest gold. It keeps the area... You know how around us right now, it is day. We know it is day. We see light come through the clouds, right? Around Kresk,
Yeah.
because of the Tower of Infinite Dawn, it is actual daylight. There are no clouds in a big circle all the way around it.
Isn't that what happened when Crimson transformed?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like that since? Like it's super sunny in that town? Or is it finally faded
It
back
faded
to normal?
again. Yeah, it only lasted for a couple hours. Sorry, no, it only lasted for a couple of days. So you see, we know that Strahd can walk around in this kind of light. This is indirect sunlight. It doesn't burn him, doesn't hurt him. But he cannot enter Kresk. The sunlight is too strong. There and there only in all of Barovia, the Dawn Lord shows his favor.
Okay.
Well, he can't enter Vallaki anymore either.
Fair enough.
Which is good.
Yes, very good.
that's what I was just wondering if you. Yeah, I mean, you went into more. I think that's probably where I'm supposed to go.
To the Tower of Infinite Dawn?
Probably.
It is a good place. I have once climbed the spire with the priestess. It was a good time.
Was she still a priestess when you were done with her?
Oh, absolutely. I showed her a different way to worship the sun. It's fine.
Okay. Right.
I feel very judged coming from some people over here. Lots of
I think-
judgments.
I
Not
think
you.
you're great.
Not you. The
No
others are
judgment.
like,
no,
I was like,
no judgment.
There is anger
was not
and
even
perhaps a little bit of jealousy.
There's currently I'm not there, and Arabella's not there because she made me go into the same place that she's doing the rituals. So there's currently only 3 people, unless if Mario has showed up.
So, is there like other than that, there is the spell tower, and I have heard that recently, one of my exes. Don't worry about it. We dated for like 2 months. She was too controlling and clingy and was like, I want to be on top. And I was like, okay, I will try it, but I did not like it. So anyway, I heard she is around there right now. If you meet her, don't mention my name. We broke up very messy.
Okay.
Yeah, she started
What are you
dating
eating, Crimson?
this guy named Rictavio, something like that.
Wait, was that Ricky von Richten?
What?
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, that was the
yes,
the vampire
it was
hunter, right?
Ricky von Richten.
That's a weird name.
That's not his real name, but
That's like
what's
saying
stuck in my brain.
name McNameson. Like you don't, or James. Like Jimmy James. Like that is a weird name.
It's
Or
just
Tommy Thomas. Like why would you do that to your child?
no, it's not his real name.
Marcus
It's
Marco Marx.
That was where my brain went.
that's not his real name. It's just what stuck in my brain when we met him. That's how I remembered.
Is he a vampire hunter?
I don't know. I'm sure he hunts something. That was a sex joke. You can laugh. But if you meet her, her name is Esmeralda Davenir.
Was that
Wait, he waits for a moment.
Yes.
was that the woman's name?
That was the woman's.
Which one?
Devin. The one that was with the hunter that nearly killed the vampire.
Yes, the one that Arabella's been looking for? Yes.
But it is said that she has tried to take on the tower itself. I know this because I talked to some birds, who talked to some birds, who talked to some squirrels, so... You know, it's like fourth wing story.
Do animals have like universal language?
Pretty much.
I
Except
want to
for
be an
bees.
animal.
Bees are weird. They speak in a tongue I don't understand, and other people have called it far plane, outer plane, something like that.
Are bees alien?
Bees
Probably.
work for the bourgeoisie.
Deep speech?
Something. I don't know. When they speak, it goes all bzz, 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 and I'm like, I don't understand you. You go over my head, whatever.
The translation is like, we attack at dawn. All you hear is bzz, 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 bzz.
Do you know who is really nice? And you would never believe it.
Who?
Goose.
The geese?
They want to give love, but people think they are scary. So people kick
bite
the
you.
geese.
Well, they literally. Oh, I
They
guess
chase you
biting is a way
down,
of showing
And they
love.
bite you.
Well,
They just-
biting
they-
is a way of showing love. Just.
They are.
it's just
Sorry, I must say they are very nice as long as you don't ignore them. Since most people tend to ignore them because they don't speak goose, they're like, hey, fuck you, guy, and then they try to fuck you up.
Yes. I am scared of geese.
All right, about half an hour's passed.
Okay,
As everyone kind
What
of gets
is-
back together.
What I've gotten from this is that the next time I see a goose or a geese and it starts honking at me, I'm just gonna be like, "Come here, buddy!" And I pray to God, you better have the fucking goose walk after me, give me a hug. If not, I will be
Um,
very upset.
All right. So as we
on
all
on our
kind
way
of,
back out,
oh, yep.
like the front door, I'm gonna smack Crimson twice in the back of the head. Take off, full fucking throttle sprint
I want
to
to
the
trip her.
cart.
Okay. I'll get you both to make opposing acrobatics checks.
The one person in full plate armor.
Oh no! Oh wait,
I have to roll
I have
a 1
inspiration.
and win
I
this.
can re-roll.
You can.
I have
Okay.
DM inspiration.
Unfortunately.
What a way to
Not
use
much
inspiration.
So, Arabella, you like tap him twice in the back of the head, and he looks like he goes down. You're worried for a second as you begin running, but he only went down to kick you with the ankles, and you just fall flat on your face. Taps you twice in the back of the head.
Then I tap her twice and just take off in the same manner that
It's
she
it's
was.
almost a saunter. It's not quite a run. It's like a
Oh, well, yeah, she's on the ground. It's gonna take her a little bit to get up,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna. I want to do like the thing where I'm just like very clearly just like throwing my hips back, being like, ha ha ha.
Doing the Jack
The little
Sparrow.
shimmy.
Yep.
All right, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back in a little bit. And yeah, so I'll say about 5. I'll say actually 10 minutes. People need to go to the bathroom, go grab something to munch. I know I need something to munch and probably some water and not just a really tall coffee.
Coffee.
But yeah,
Coffee.
so we will see you
Coffee.
guys in just a little bit.
It's getting cold. I gotta put on my oversized fucking.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're just gonna hang out a bit. We have Arabella. She'll be coming back relatively soon. I am, I'm excited to, of course, be back for this little bit here. Look at all of us looking all fancy. It's been nice to hang out with these peoples again. But as we come back into the scene, both Elvir and Adrian are on the cart itself, having recently loaded it up. The party is kind of gathered around them, deciding whether or not they want to travel with them or whether they're going to go their separate ways, either go south or head off towards Kresk or whatever they have to do. Because the party has received a lot of rumors recently, whether that's to go to Argynvostolt, whether to go to the Bruin City, to head to the north, either towards the Tower of Infinite Dawn or the Wizard's Tower, the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok. They've seen him in the distance, but never really interacted with him. There's a lot going on, and above and beyond all of that are three important things the party has yet to achieve, which are, of course, retrieving the relics. They've just learned about that. The relics that allow the Wizard of the Vine winery to actually grow their wines. There is the idea that they can potentially hinder Strahd in some way, shape, or form, and the need to bring Irina and Ismark from Vallaki, which they no longer believe is as protective as it should be, thanks to the recent non-stop festival partying, all the way over to Kresk, a city that is well defended by the Saint Markovia. So as you sit there deciding on what there is to do, Elvir, of course, making quips and innuendos, that's kind of his entire shtick, while Adrian sits there, stony, silent, occasionally flicking his fingers towards his brother, who looks sometimes chastised, sometimes he smiles a little. He waits for the party to decide what they want to do.
I think we're going to the city, but I think Therian would actually be interested in learning how to sign.
Okay. Well, while heading back to Vallaki, it will take you a little while. As you are traveling with a cart, it's actually slower because the cart is full of wine. You can see now that they have stacked up 10 barrels on it. The cart travels at a very slow speed, about half the speed of you guys as you're walking. So it's not a bad thing to have guards go through this town. Go through the path towards the town.
Instead of walking, can Mario like find a spot like somewhere on the cart and let's try to get a quick nap in?
Absolutely, yeah. It will probably take you fairly close to 2 days to get back to Vallaki, as it stands right now.
Okay.
And now knowing that the Were Ravens are the wardens of this area, it seems like we might be fairly safe.
Wardens with exceptions to their abilities.
Please don't jinx us, Therian.
So
So
you
we
head.
are-
Go ahead.
We're headed back to Vallaki.
All right. So you folks do make it onto the road again, heading vaguely northeastish towards the river pass. And I will get. Let's see. Let's get Chief. Please roll a d20, just a flat d20.
Three.
Okay. All right. You managed to make it through most of the day. Encroaching into nighttime, heading towards the river pass, you come across the bridge. You can see as it splits off, and Elvir pretty much doesn't stop talking this entire time, taking it upon himself to keep you entertained with various snippets and stories, telling you the history of the land. And as you're going, he says, and this is the River Pass Bridge. Across this, if you keep heading kind of northwestish and then just pure west, you're going to hit Kresk. You might be able to see in the distance, and he kind of points off in the distance, you might be able to see the Tower of Infinite Dawn if you were just a little bit higher up. Maybe 10 or 20 meters, you could see it in the distance. Yeah. And then I will get Mario. I'll get you to roll a d20, please. Just a flat d20.
That scares me. Everything got quiet.
You're fine.
So as all of you, are sitting on the back of the wagon, or walking around it, there's a sudden hush that's very noticeable because Elvir stops talking and he focuses. And he turns to the rest of you and says, "You must be very quiet right now. Say nothing. Breathe lightly." I'll get all of you to roll a perception check, please.
Darian just stops breathing because he can.
Fair.
I am asleep, so
Mm-hmm.
unless that nap just wore off.
Were you looking for a short rest or a long rest?
I was looking for any way to get rid of a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So
long rest.
It would be a long
whatever
rest,
it is.
yeah.
Long rest, yeah.
You said
You want me to
perception?
roll anyway or no?
No, you're asleep, so it's fine.
I'm using my DM inspiration.
You see now, as the night is slowly beginning to creep, the evening sun just starting to crest. Those of you who rolled at least a 15 or above, so I think just Crimson, you notice in the distance a faint light. Not flickering, but steady and solid. Not a fire, but something else. And then, across the way, you see drifting figures coming from the north, slowly heading south, tracing a road, passing through trees and other brush as if they didn't exist. As they float along, they don't seem to notice you over much, but I will get all of you to roll a stealth check, please. With advantage, because you're staying perfectly still. Okay.
That was with the advantage. Sorry, I'm rolling from.
No, it's fine. As you all stay perfectly still, you see these creatures maybe 100 feet in the distance. As they're going along, encounter a deer or something. And immediately seeing the living creature, they swarm it, all of them rapidly attacking it. The deer stands no chance, and with seconds is reduced to a pile of bones. And then slowly, a faint wisp of white departs the deer's body and joins them as a formless blob as they continue on their way south. A few moments later, Elvir goes, "All right, I think they're gone."
What were those?
Something we need to be very careful of.
Okay.
Creatures of the night often take this time because they are aware that a lot of people don't travel at night. They take the evening time as their leisure and travel time to surprise unwary living things and steal their souls. You must be very careful. If you see one such thing, flee. Unless you are strong enough to fight a witch, you cannot fight one of them. You understand?
Absolutely.
witch.
Okay. And he continues on, like he goes back to rambling as if nothing happened. I'm going to get Lilith. Go ahead and roll a flat d20 for me. That
11.
is the wrong screen. Okay. As they get to another crossroads, he says, "And if you were to go south from here, you would pass through the Tsolenka Pass, and eventually you would end up across a bridge towards an old temple of a forgotten evil and dark god. It's called the Amber Temple, I think. I have never been personally, but there are mushrooms there that we have used before, once the ravens have picked them up for us, and they cause drastic, what is the word? Like party effects.
Hallucination.
There we go, that one. Good,
Yeah,
good.
those
no,
things
yeah.
in your basements.
No, much worse.
Oh,
Oh
Great.
god.
Love that.
So be
we'll
careful.
just
Is-
burn everything.
Is it in the
if we
wine
go.
that you were talking about?
Yes. Don't worry. Don't worry. I took the party effects and not the bad effects, you know? Party.
Party.
Yes. All right.
Right.
And as you guys continue on, so if you were to go north from here, you would hit the Wizard's Tower. Yes? Okay. We do not go north. The north road is less traveled and is therefore less safe. You understand?
Don't go to the wizard's
Weird.
tower.
It is simply less safe. You can go. I would not suggest it or advise it. It's less safe. But we go. And as twilight approaches, which you can tell because the silvery white light of the moon slowly begins to illuminate the area around you, they stop and pull off to the side. And muttering under his breath just a little bit, and focusing very hard on a small bead that looks to be made of glass or maybe a gemstone, Elvir holds it up and drops it on the dirt, and it expands into this giant 20-meter dome that covers the wagon and all of you. There, we sleep well tonight. Yes?
Fancy.
Yeah.
Good. We do not have enough beds for everybody, but I have one, and Adrian has one, and yes. And he pulls out a small, what looks to be like a tied roll of fabric, and he pulls it off and drops it on the ground, and it expands into a small bed. And Adrian does the same.
Where do I get one of those?
Kresk, they make magical things there. Very powerful magical items. Yes.
I just want a portable bed.
Well, go to Kresk, get a portable bed.
We'll go to Chris.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna go there anyways.
He looks around at all of you and says, there is no need to set up a watch tonight. If you are familiar with how this works, it would take a mage of very big power, very much strength, to break down this dome. And if that's the case, if there is a big mage full of tons of strength that could actually break this dome, we would probably die in a fight with him anyway, so there's no point trying to watch and get exhausted by staying up all night.
I mean, a big scary mage like,
Like?
you know, the big scary mage of this fucking place.
Oh, like
Strahd.
Strahd. Yes, like him.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I believe Strahd kind of goes where he wants to anyway. So
Pretty much.
All right. And he like immediately drops to the bed and just sleeps. There's like no noise or sound other than breath from him. He's not snoring or anything. And Adrian just looks at him and goes, and starts building a fire. It's just a small one. And he pulls out a small backpack, like off his back, and he starts like digging through. And he pulls out some eggs and stuff out of one pouch, and they look relatively good. He pulls out a couple glasses of milk or a couple jugs of milk and sets them down, and begins like cooking up a small supper feast with a bit of meat, and some what looks to be like a grassy kind of herb or something, and it smells like a deep and rich kind of anise or something like that. Brings a little salt, and he looks at all of you and mimes a motion for eating, and
yes, food.
and he like digs into his backpack and starts pulling out wooden plates after the other, and he sets them in front of you and begins like putting little bits of this sort of meal in front of you. And he just takes a fork and
I'm gonna lean over towards him and go, You are my favorite. And then just start eating.
He just smiles.
Yeah.
Leaves you guys to do your own thing. Mario, you drift off to sleep. The wagon itself bumps along and jostle a little bit, but mostly you get a sort of restful period. Your dreams come to you very difficultly. You're left in sort of this absence, this abyss. And then the scent of cooking meat kind of slowly permeates your nostrils and affects your sleep. And suddenly you're sitting at a table again. Across from you, the beast.
Hello.
Hello?
It's just us two. No other presents.
Just us two. No other presents.
Well, what can I do you for? Usually I come to you, not you come to me.
Why are you resisting?
Resisting what?
You could have been a vampire by now. You're fighting it. Why?
Because I have a problem of having things forced onto me, having things done to me that I have no control over. And the last time that happened, I was locked in a tower for most of my life. So forgive me for being selfish if I want to do this my way.
I'm not sure if it's selfish, because I'm not sure what you've done. I feel different. I almost feel bad for you. I don't like it. What have you done? What have you changed?
Well, this lovely little inn that is myself, apparently, you got another resident. And I don't think the other you, as well as the other one that resides in here as well, have the power to get rid of them. So we are now becoming a great big family. That's the only thing I noticed.
Okay, that's nice. Why am I feeling things? I don't like it.
Are you becoming more like me? Are we becoming together?
I feel pity for you. That's not who I am. I feel sad. Why?
Welcome to my life.
No, that's not fair. This isn't how I'm supposed to be.
Mario will stand up from like the table and just go walk around, and casually, like stroke the table, pretty much like being as much of an asshole as he can be without enticing anger from the beast. And oh no, it is fair, isn't it? I held my part of the bargain.
No, you didn't.
Now it's time for you.
You were meant to die so that we could be together. And now why?
Well,
It's not you, it's me.
like I said, I'm doing this my way. I'm doing this.
See, that's not
bringing
the deal.
us together.
This is your way, not our way.
You try to take me over, and now when it's done to you, you have a problem with it.
You agreed to it.
I did.
I
and
saved
held up
your
my end of the
life.
bargain.
If it wasn't for me, Strahd would have killed you.
Who am I really talking to?
You, me, the beast.
No, he's not as. The beast is not as well spoken. The beast is different. Come on, you can tell me. It's only just us here.
I am who I've always been. Without me, you would have died. That's a fact.
You're right.
If you weren't turned, you would have died. He didn't mean to break you, but he broke you. Because you're fragile. or something. I don't know. You broke. And now I actually care about that, and I don't like it. I don't.
Well, let me give you an illusion of a choice. If you don't like it, what can you do about it? What do you choose to do?
I'll make you hungry. I'll make you
Okay.
crave flesh and innocence.
You've done that before,
And I won.
and I fell right into it. You did. You won.
Absolutely.
Do
I
you feel like
won.
a winner? Do you feel like a winner?
I don't even
I'm
know
waiting.
anymore.
Mhm.
How? I've done this before. I have turned people, and this has never happened. You aren't the first. You're not special. Why?
Call it madness. Call it
That's what I
losing
am. I am
yourself.
madness, and I am hunger, and I am greed, and whatever the fuck you've done, undo it.
I can't.
You need to.
Why?
Because if you don't, I'm going to die.
Huh.
I can't live like this. I feel bad for killing people. That's not allowed. You can't do that to me. You need to not. You need to care about yourself. You need to eat for yourself. You need to be something else than this. This is not okay.
You actually
So-
had me there. I don't want you to die. I want you as a part of me, as anyone else, but I also want to have that control.
Look, this is supposed to be a one-way street. You eat people, I give you power, we're done. You fall, become more like me, and then I leave. And we never see each other again.
It's not how that plays out.
It has to
Have you
play
ever
out like
been
that.
with somebody? If you've changed so many people, have you ever been with somebody who embraced the madness?
Yes. All the time. They always fall. Every single one has either fallen or died. That is it. This third option bullshit is not okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Fall.
Either you
Do it.
I'm not going to do that.
Go kill someone. Eat them. Or let yourself die.
I can't.
Stop trying to resist me and just become a fucking vampire already.
You get nothing from this, by the way. I don't have a soul, as you can clearly see.
I don't need your soul. Everyone you eat is mine. Everyone. That's what I get.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, buddy. I'm not going to sit here and die like some dog. I've fought my entire life. I'm going to continue to fight. Either you accept it, and we move on,
You
or you
didn't
don't.
fight. You stayed in a tower like a coward. So don't change your stripes now. It was a mistake that let you free. A mistake. Not your choice, someone else's. So you're going to live like that, and you will abide by what I say, and you will eat somebody and die.
I'll eat somebody. I won't starve. You are correct about that, but it'll be who I choose. It won't be just some innocent person that has nothing to do with all this. Take it or leave it.
You'll regret this.
You're probably right, but hey, it's all par for the course over here. Is there anything else you wish to cry about?
I'm going to make your every morning a living hell.
Get in line, buddy, get in line.
And with that, the dream just ends. And you wake up. But first, the night passes relatively well. Nothing seems to seek to interfere with you. You spot a few creatures kind of loosely roam around the side, and most of you catch the faint scent of undeath as zombies are slowly migrating along the paths, but they seem not to spot, smell, or hear you, even though the fire is going and there's a faint chimney-like effect that brings the smoke up into the sky. The morning comes. There are none of those creatures left, and Mario wakens with a start. Mario, you may choose to fail this check if you so desire. Roll a Constitution saving
Okay.
throw.
I'll roll it.
Okay.
That's a 12.
You gain another level of exhaustion.
All right.
I believe that puts you at 4.
Indeed.
At this point, your skin is almost greasy permanently, regardless of whether you're washed or not. Your hair is lanky. Your eyes are brilliant red all of the time, and your fangs protrude. Your fingernails are more like claws. You're slowly becoming a vampire. And then I'll get both Mario and Therian to roll a hunger check, please.
It has been a couple days, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That was what?
Just a D10.
Just flat D10? Okay.
Yep.
So we all get a long rest, right?
You all get a long rest.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
no.
Thank goodness. Oh boy.
Mario, you wake up absolutely ravenous. Not being a full-blooded vampire yet, it's not out of your control, but you are an inch away from a feeding frenzy.
What hunger are you at?
He's not aware of that mechanic yet because he's not a full-blooded vampire.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay. Are there any? He's gonna step. He's gonna try to like step away, from everyone, and see if he can find, deer, bunny, anything.
Go ahead and roll a survival check. Flat.
Flat survival check. All right.
Yeah. You don't have
You
disadvantage.
Yeah, you would have
I
disadvantage.
don't have
but
disadvantage. Okay.
you roll.
21.
It takes you less than 5 minutes to spot a deer. And without any preamble at all, you leap onto it and drain it dry. Okay, I've got that number.
All right. It's gonna, after doing that, it's gonna give a soft prayer, like kind of like he did for the raven. Be like, "I'm sorry." Pray to the lady in red, and then rejoin the group.
Okay.
Arian is at 3.
So the bead kind of shrinks again, becoming a small crystalline thing, and he kind of picks it up, Elvir, and puts it in his pocket. He takes the rope, and he just taps it on the edge of the bed, and the entire thing kind of rolls up and wraps itself in the tiny little roll, puts it away. Well, did everyone have a good morning, good night, good evening, good rest?
Mario's not gonna answer.
For the most part.
Good.
Sleep is sleep.
Enough.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's would have been better on a bigger bed and not just the ground on a bedroll. But
You are more than welcome to join
I'm-
me. I thought I made that very clear.
I'm
I thought
surprised you
about
didn't.
it.
You, friend, look a little sick. Are you okay?
I'll live.
Are you sure about that? You don't look like it, if you know what I mean.
It's a figure of speech.
Well, yes, I know I was making a joke, which is also a sort of figure of speech, but apparently it went over your head.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person. I'm sorry.
Here I thought you were always a person, even in the morning. But regardless, back on the wagon. So as everyone kind of gets back on the wagon, I'm going to have Arabella roll a flat d20, please.
Oh, that's me. Just a
So
D20.
the lingering silver has no effect.
Oh,
on
right.
Lilith?
In the morning, Lilith, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
9?
9.
There's a bit of a rash around her neck, but it's nothing drastic. Make a Wisdom saving throw as well, please.
9?
9.
So there's a moment where your eyes kind of blank out, and you feel like water's being poured down your throat, like you're restrained, like you're being experimented on or being toyed with, and then you kind of snap out of it.
So it's just smile and keep going.
All right. With a 14, then it is a reasonably good first half of the journey for you. You guys managed to come to the river crossing. Again, this one, the Zarevich crossing of the Lunar River.
I'm gonna
As you
read
get
the
there,
book.
sorry? Oh, you're going to
I
read the
think
book
I'm
on
gonna
the way?
read the book.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I'm so smart, guys. Don't even worry about this one.
Not worried at all.
Okay. You take a few moments and you begin reading through the very start of the book. It's written in an elegant hand in a silvery black script that seems intelligent. And it's discussing the magic of rebirth and how to bring a soul back from the brink of death or dissolution. And reading through it, it contains a lot of arcane terms you're not particularly familiar with. And then the very last phrase of the first chapter reads, "I wish I could continue my research. My people desperately need this. But alas, I have been called to war. And so to war I must go." And it's signed Strahd von Zarevich. And the date on there is 877 AA. Roll a history check. You know the current calendar is AE. You've never heard of an AA calendar. Not sure what that is.
I'm gonna look at the oldest person in this fucking cart and elbow him as hard as possible in the ribs.
Yes.
What the fuck is like AA on a calendar, man?
Go ahead and roll a history check.
Like I don't think Darian's that old.
I said the oldest person she knows in the cart.
You remember the current, which is Anno Expulsius, or the year that the dead gods were pushed away from your prime material plane, the one that contains Giria and the like. But Anno Expulsius goes back, because you're currently in the year 600 or 620 something, you're not quite sure. Time seems to elude you a lot of the time. No word repetitive notwithstanding. You've never heard of an AA calendar? Ever?
Yeah. No, I've been around pretty close to the same amount of time that the current calendar has started, so I've never heard of it.
Oh,
The
alright.
calendar of your childhood was not AA either. You're having a hard time remembering what it was, but it was some sort of collection of letters. Yeah. All right. As you get to the crossing, you can see that there are, if you remember, there was that collection of Vistani wagons surrounding the Dusk Elves. There are no Vistani there at the moment, but their permanent encampment is still there. It seems most of them have traveled on. The Dusk Elves see you at a distance, and a few of them actually step forward and then begin conversing in a language that you don't quite understand. For those of you who speak Elvish, it's close to Elvish, but just a little off. And they're conversing with Elvir, who reaches back, like goes to the back, grabs them a cask, tries to heft it, fails. Adrian goes and picks one up easily and brings it over. There's an exchange, like a quick exchange of words. Adrian begins signing, and some of the elves sign back. And
During the last couple days trip, Darian has been asking Adrian to teach him.
You've picked up some basics, like a hello and a thank you and a, where's the bathroom kind of way. But this, you have to do it slowly, and these people are moving their hands incredibly quickly and very gracefully. You pick up the hello and the thank you, and that's about it. But they do exchange. They give them a pile of pelts that look to be very well preserved. And they kind of grab them, they put them on the back. There's another exchange, what looks to be some sort of formal bowing, and then they get back on the wagon and continue on. And I'll get Therian to roll a d20 for me, please.
So that isn't like anything like Thebes can't, right?
No. Yeah. And finally, you make your way to the edge of the city of Vallaki. There, I believe Arabella is going to hop off the wagon.
Yep, just hops off. It's like, I'm fucking off. Bye.
Okay.
I think your brother might want to stay with you. You are very
I'm
unmistakable
hopping off
right
as well.
now.
I've already started fucking off.
Okay. So the two of you just kind of go off to the side. Did you want to stay with the Dusk Elves? Because you can do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually. He's gonna go off maybe a little later, but he's gonna go off in the woods a little bit and try to contact the Lady in Red.
Okay. So for the rest of you who managed to make your way into Vallaki itself, you pass through that barrier with a little bit of like a buzzing, vibrating sensation as both the brothers kind of wince a little bit as they go in, but it quickly fades for them. The rest of you bearing the gifts that your lovely friend the Saint has gifted you, you manage to make your way through just fine. As you make your way, you make your way to the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki, near the center of town. And you see that a lot has changed. People are genuinely happier. There's a lot less dour behavior. There's a lot less frowns. There's a little more happiness, and begin to see children walking around the streets. Some of them doing silly things like playing in the wagon ruts, but they're quickly chased away by their parents. There's more movement and motion and life to the town now that they genuinely feel protected. As you make your way to the Blue Water Inn and the brothers park, Adrian is the one that gets off. Elvir looks disgruntled, almost upset, and doesn't say anything as he crosses his arms and leans back.
Are you not gonna go in?
I don't particularly like speaking to my brother. He stole my wife, after all. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't tell with you.
Everything's a joke. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm going to stay out here and look after the wagon. You folks go have a good time. Go talk to the people. Go get your payment and all that good stuff. It's fine.
Alright,
Oh.
well,
hop off.
go in.
I was gonna
Fair
ask
enough.
Crimson if he wanted to go talk with, or do we all want to go talk with Ishmark and? So we spend as little time in town as we can.
Sure, I can go over there. Do you know if there's a magic shop in town? I swear I've
Not
asked
anymore.
multiple times.
Not anymore. The only magic shop that was in town disappeared after we bought something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sad. It's walk to the church.
Astharian can't enter the church now that the wards are back up.
Correct.
Oh, I guess I'll make a quick stop to the Hunters Guild and just say hello. See if there's any news there before going to the church.
All right. So, sorry, give me a moment. I have to check on some stuff. So we'll start off with Crimson. You head to the Hunter's Hall. There you find it still abuzz with activity and such, but there is much more relaxation as well. While they are out hunting and doing things, you can see that most of the hunters have healed from their wounds of the previous incursion, and the vast majority of them seem to be in relatively good spirits. Unfortunately, you don't find Yob, and there's no real news that's exciting or changing, other than you're bringing wine from the Wizard of the Vines winery, which is something to be praised. But really, there's nothing else here. And then Lilith, you are going into the inn, I believe.
Yeah, Lilith and Tharian.
Yeah.
Because
So
we were the ones who accepted the job.
As the two of you walk in, with Adrian quickly following, Erdwin looks up and goes, "All right. So you've made it. Fine.
Yes.
Bunch of brothers.
Right." He kind of gives Adrian a terse nod. Adrian kind of gives him one as Adrian moves around to the back and begins piling things in near the kitchen. Did you bring what I asked? All of it?
And more. You have to talk to your brother about what he's going to give you, but it's all there.
Okay, it takes a moment, and you can hear him physically talk. Like, you can hear him talk to Adrian, and then Adrian responds the only way he can. Erwin seems not to respond or know the sign language well enough to sign back. But he nods, and he quickly comes over and says, "Well, that was more than I expected." And he pulls out a pouch, hands it to you. Now, if at any time you need a place to sleep, you can stay here. Thank you for all you've done.
Of course. We'll be looking into getting the gemstones back as well.
The mention of the gemstones, his face goes completely slack, blank. He just walks away.
Oh, you've done it now.
His wife kind of comes up and says, "Look, don't worry too much about him. I'm very happy that you've brought us everything we need. My in-laws are going to be going on towards Barovia. Will you be accompanying them?"
No,
I
we're
thought we were
going
going to. I thought he was turning around going to
No.
Crest.
No,
We're gonna go the other way.
You are going to Kresk?
Yes.
Yes.
Here, and she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a ring. For you.
Which one?
Either
Which
one. Either one, it doesn't matter.
Lilith will take
reach
it.
out.
There.
Oh.
Lilith will take it.
You don't wear
Yeah.
it. You show it to them, and it tells them that you are with the Martikovs, and they will let you in for free.
Oh.
Okay?
Maybe Elvir's the only one that doesn't get in for free.
Elvir had some trouble with a priestess a little while ago.
We heard.
So the town does not particularly enjoy his presence and likes having presents every time he comes. So he does not really count in their eyes as a Martikov because we are all about, helping the people, and he is more about his own personal pleasure.
Don't know. He's a pretty cool guy.
Don't be fooled. He has a dark past,
I mean,
a lot of
Oh, well.
history, and he's a man who laughs at the dark because he's too scared to do anything else.
He does say he runs away a lot.
He didn't always.
Well, when you watch people die, you were afraid to fight.
Well, it's not my place, but anyway. Will he be staying the night then, or will he be going on to Kreska immediately?
They're probably going
You
to be
know-
leaving immediately.
Yeah. Don't think this place. I mean, this place has such bad memories, and she like fake cries. Like, it's like a bad performance. Like, I'm just gonna take it. Bad performance. She's like, turns out one
Oh
of our
no,
own.
my dear, please no, please. Look, I am sorry if I insulted you or brought back bad things. You know what? How about you wait here for just a moment? Give me maybe 2 minutes. And I will be right back, okay?
Okay.
And she
I
kind of
was
rushes
gonna-
back into the kitchen.
Was gonna give her the whole sob story about watching Arabella die, and she cut me off.
She comes back within takes a little longer, but 5 minutes, and she has a wicker basket that has this sort of like checkered kerchief on it, and you can smell like fresh pastries and butter and eggs, and she just hands it over to you. Look, I am sorry you could not stay. I am very happy that you have brought, we shall say, the liquid happiness back to our people, and I am very appreciative. So how about you take this as a token of our appreciation, and the ring, of course, and you go have a lovely breakfast with your friends.
All right. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Never mind. You have a lovely day. And she kind of
Oh no,
walks back upstairs.
wait. What were you gonna say?
She looks around. Well, it's not really my place, you know.
Just between us girls? And Therian?
Therian just goes,
If my husband asks, I did not tell you, but it is possible there may be some truth to the idea that one of the gems went missing, and it may have been his fault. But
which is why he reacted.
Oh,
but he's a good man, and he had the best of intentions, and he was protecting his family. All of us.
You know what they say about the...
If you want to know more, I would suggest you speak to Lady Vactor.
do I know who that is? Have we met her before?
You folks haven't, but you can go ahead and roll a history check if you'd like.
I have no idea.
Therian, you are aware that Lady Vactor, because you were able to pick up a few rumors, Lady Vactor is one of the people who is directly opposed to the local Burgomeister's Burgomeister Velakovich. She is directly opposed to his idea of all these festivals, and she is an ardent Strahd supporter. She believes that they should be paying heavy tribute to him and such like that. So they are in kind of direct opposition, and her family is powerful enough that there's a growing sentiment. There was a growing sentiment that they should just pay money to Strahd. But now, with all this going on, you're not quite sure what's happened with them. And as the two of you are doing that, Arabella, you're with the Dusk Elves, who treat you, now that you've kind of come with the people who bring wine, they start treating you to games of chance and luck, and they gamble with you, and they have fun. They start slowly trying to teach you some Elvish, for their kind of Elvish. So generally you have a relatively good time with them. They do break open the cask of wine, but they seem to water it down rather heavily. And even then, when you drink it, it's a heavy wine. So whatever proof they make it at, it's meant to be distilled and like
Diluted.
diluted. Thank you. Mario, you wander off into the woods, and you find yourself perfectly at peace. No beast or evil thing even comes close to disturbing you.
He's just gonna find a spot underneath a tree, and just be. If that makes sense. Like, just gonna take in the peace and wonder, and close his eyes a little bit. Still staying awake, but just take the moment of quiet and reprieve that they rarely get, and just take it all in.
Okay. And then Crimson, you were going to the church, right?
Correct.
When you arrive there, the church itself it's relatively empty out front, but as you go in, there are several dozen people who are praying in the pews. They are offering up like the sincere kind of gratitude. You get the sense of happiness and hope here. Among those are both Irina and Ismark. And as they see you, they kind of look. Crimson, it's been a while, my friend. What are you doing here?
We just came back from going to a winery that was infested with a bunch of really nasty druids and their summoned familiars.
Oh, that's
We brought back wine.
fair. You brought back wine from a winery. How predictable for one, and lovely for the other. The Wizard of the Wine's winery? Yes, it's the only one here, so thank you for helping the people. Did you need something? Were you here to pray as well? I'm sorry if we're taking up your space.
Actually, me and the gang were about to head up to the city that you were wanting to bring your sister to.
You're heading to Kresk.
Yes.
Perfect. We can be ready within the hour. Should we meet you somewhere?
I believe a couple of my friends are at the inn waiting for me, so meet us there.
The Blue Water Inn? We'll be there shortly.
Yes.
Time kind of passes. You guys spend some time talking with Erdwin's wife and learning what you can. Then the hour, you're all together.
I wanted to do one more
I
thing
think
as
Therian
well.
would like to clean up.
Clean up what, like himself?
Yes.
Okay, so you go take a quick bath. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
While
Crimson?
I'm in the church,
Mm-hmm.
there's like a statue there that they're praying to, right?
Yes. It's a large statue made of some sort of white stone. It's wearing armor and then a robe over top of it with a symbol of a sunburst in the chest, but the face has blank features. And the window that faces outside, kind of westward, catches the light in such a way as to make the features, if there were any, it would make them covered anyway in bright light.
Just out of curiosity, I just want to touch the statue.
It's warm.
But it's just warm. That's all that I'm feeling from it.
That's all.
Okay. I'm gonna pull back my hand and tell them I'll see you at the inn, then I'll head back. And probably also take a bath.
Fair enough. It does take them a little over an hour to come meet you. By that time, you folks have washed up and you're ready to go. Not having a wagon, you can travel slightly faster. You get to the edge of town where you meet up with Mario, who's just kind of off on his own. Takes you very little time to recruit Arabella as well from the Dusk Elves, and you set off on your journey heading westward. The village of Kresk.
Also, as an FYI, if you see any hunters, she's dead. I'm gonna point to Arabella.
Of course. That sounds weird and reasonable to me at the same time.
I'm super dead. You don't even know I existed.
All right. Now, as you folks head off into the distance, getting across the bridge to pick up Arabella, you come again upon the crossroads, heading either northwest or southwest, and heading southeast. Where do you want to go?
Yes.
Before that, did speaking to the group at this point, did anybody see Yob in the camp or the town?
No,
No.
and the hunters didn't know where he was either.
What is with your obsession with Yob?
I am a person that takes relationships very seriously, and I understand how a broken heart feels. So I just really want to make sure he's all right and doing fine.
Insight
We went
check.
on one date, dude, and then I didn't see him for a while. Like I just thought he was just like one and done. Like he wasn't actually that interested. It was just
Go ahead and
whatever.
roll an insight check. Mario, roll a deception check, please.
Oh, that's supposed to be with disadvantage.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll again.
Yeah.
Arabella, you think
13.
he's telling you the truth. Therian, you feel something's off. He's not telling the whole truth. Something's not quite right there. Not enough for you to be like, oh, what a fucking liar, but more of a, that's weird. That's strange.
We'll talk to him about that later.
Anyway,
And did
I
anybody
just, like-
also did anybody also tell the town to prepare for the coming days?
Well, considering that they're all really happy right now, no, I was too busy getting the tea from Birdwin's wife.
tea? You drank
Alright.
tea?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I meant we were gossiping
The hunters know.
like old hens.
The hunters know to prepare.
The hunters know. They just don't think they can do anything to get the public to help them.
That does
Just the
make me feel
public-
better.
I miss
Because the
something.
public is a little praise be to the Lord.
As long
At
as
the
as
moment.
long as somebody knows, that's all I. As long as somebody knows, that's all I care about. Hopefully, everything will be fine.
The hunters,
Thank you.
I have told the hunters about this before we left the winery, so they have known for a
Mario,
while.
Mario's gonna grab Crimson's hands, like both of them, and just look at him dead in his face and go, "Thank you," and let him go.
I just go and pat Mario's head. It's okay. I got your back.
He's gonna tap you twice on the shoulder, because that's what you do with doing my sister, right?
Swear to God, if you start, if you join this competition,
Competition. Okay. But yes.
It's
Alright,
roughly
well,
mid. Oops, go
Alright,
ahead.
technically that didn't work, Mario, because I'm not it, your sister's it. So don't get tagged twice by your sister.
Are y'all playing fucking tag? Oh my.
I really want just suddenly Mario is just like goes through like seeing us just like whacking each other twice and like doing cartwheels and trying to roll. It's just like, so that's what they were doing.
that makes sense now.
I thought it was for good. All right, I thought it was for good luck, but all right, yeah, whatever, cool. All right, again, thank you. I'm just gonna go treat my aneurysm, but thank you.
So it's roughly midday when this goes down. Which direction do you guys want to go?
Towards Strahd.
Well, there's-
Can we take like a detour?
Where do you want
if
to
I
do
remember
Why?
correctly, we don't want to go south,
At
right? We don't want to go south around that. We were told to go north around that. Around
the
this from
dude
previous.
the dude that had you fuckers in a hole.
Ricky Von Drichten.
That guy lost his buddy, and I wanted to see if we could find them real quick.
I thought they said that they were at the place we're going to.
Yeah.
But can we take like a detour when we get close to there to look around?
We are going.
I'll
to the
do it
town.
myself. I'll go by myself. You guys don't have to
We're
come
going
with
to
me.
the town. That was where she was last seen.
We're going to the same place you're wanting to go to. I'm very confused.
We're
I
going
am
to
also
a
very
town.
confused.
So what detour are you wanting us to take?
Rickton said he specifically lost her near a specific location.
Mm-hmm.
Arabella just wants to detour on the way to that spot.
If I remember correctly, that spot was Kresk.
Actually, Von Richten said near the Wizard's Tower.
Okay,
Yes.
which is farther north than Kresk. So there's no
Which is north.
detour. We have to go through Kresk to get to the Wizard's Tower.
Actually, they're about the same. You take a look at the map. The Wizard's Tower is here, and the Kresk is over here.
So we have to go
Okay.
that way anyway.
Yeah, we have to pass the Wizard's Tower to.
So counter offer to your wanting the detour to the Wizard's Tower is that we have someone that you know who is specifically hunting for, and we probably don't want to dilly-daddle any time until we get to Kresk.
And we can
Did
come
you just
back
use
to the
dilly
Wizard's Tower.
daddle?
I did.
Dilly daddle.
You're
Dilly-
welcome.
You 80 years old?
I aged with the sudden wisdom that came down from the heavens above. Oh, I'm gonna glow. I did that.
Golly gee,
I,
he
no,
goes
I
really
did that.
bright.
I did that
Golly gee.
specifically, and I'm looking at them. Do they change when I glow, like how everyone
Both.
else?
Both Mario and Therian do, yeah.
No, not them. I don't care about them. Our two friends. Do,
Oh, Irina
do the
and
brother and sister change at all when I do that?
Irina does not.
But-
Ismark gains familiar features. You see the bestial trait of a vampire in him. And he gives a heavy sigh. Well, I suppose it was only a matter of time. And he grows a good half a foot and peels away the disguise. The image scattered to the winds. Really, I thought you would have figured it out before now, but honestly, it's been fun. As the familiar figure of Strahd stands there.
Did you kill Ismark?
No, I would never do such a thing.
Is he still in town?
No. He is dead.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Well.
And at that, Irina, just wide-eyed, tears begin to leak out of her face, and she just lets out a muffled sob.
Right.
Therian
Let's-
is between.
Yeah.
Honey, these
Try
past
to-
few days with you, these past few weeks with you, have been such an amazing journey. But I think we have one more destination to visit, one more bit of proof, and then you can come live with me forever. Had you all fooled, didn't I? How long? How long? Oh, that was fun.
Out of character, when you laugh like that, I can hear the echo coming from like your room, and it sounds like a totally different voice, and it's like, yo,
So cool.
relax, please.
It's your fucking room,
It's
dude.
like double.
Fucking
It's
crawls,
like it's double
Mhm.
layered.
It's
It's like
so
two voices
cool.
in one.
So, thank you ever so much for all you've done for my people. You've given them hope. And do you have any idea how much fun I'm going to have crushing that tiny bit you've given them back? For so many years, they were boring play toys.
I don't give them shit.
I can guess.
Slap him with the diary. I'm joking. That's out.
So,
I mean, it's worth the try.
What do you want me to do? You want
Slap
me to
him with
pull
a
it out?
diary.
No, that was
Wait.
me just making a funny out of game joke.
Yeah, Arabella
Oh.
suddenly the power of Christ compels you. With
Where's
his own
Yao?
diary.
Mario, I know you can feel it. That vague impulse to devour is growing ever so much stronger. It's okay. Soon. Ever so soon. You'll be my son. And you can come live in the castle too, forever.
I don't know about that, Pops. Last time I talked to it, it sounded like a little bitch.
That's okay. Because like me, you contain something else. And at that mention, you can feel that pulse. The vice and virtue inside you is struggling against the presence of another, emanating from Strahd. So, you get to take my lovely bride-to-be to Kresk. Once there, you'll do your usual bumbling, adventuring thing. Complete the tasks I want you to, and she'll be mine again. I don't need this anymore, and he kind of pulls at his collar, rips at a chunk of Crimson's hair, throws it on the ground. But thank you. It was nice to have.
You know this is
Somebody
not
missing
her,
their
right?
hair?
I am.
You know, Crimson
for
is. We
completing it.
remember we created the little things for Crimson from Crimson's hair to enable for us to enter the town.
And Arabella does not have hers anymore.
Arabella didn't need one, right?
It was still made for her.
I don't think we actually made her one. I think we made one for just the three people who couldn't go back
No.
into town.
We made one for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Yep, just in case. So, what's your plan now? Are you going to try and fight me? Is that what you want?
No.
No. Should I let you go? Be the happy little people you deserve to be?
Do we look like happy people to you?
I mean, Lilith is always smiling. It doesn't mean she's
No.
happy.
You look like food, but I think you would take exception to that. Although, my dear, you do so enjoy being eaten.
You got it.
Worry not. None of my ilk will trouble you on your travels from here to Kresk. I hope you enjoy the ever so peaceful journey. And he takes a step back and just disappears in a flash of mist.
Oh, I was gonna say something before he left. Or you know what? It's
Reappears
fine.
with
I'll
it.
say it after he left. It's like, she won't take her place. And that's it.
Okay. And that's where we'll leave off for this evening. Just outside the Dusk Elf encampment, with Strahd having been discovered and ousted by Crimson, Irina near catatonic with the tragedy of her brother's death.
It's so funny. It's so funny because I'm just like, this whole time I'm like, it's gotta be Strahd. Like, there's no way it's not Strahd. He's just fucking with us. So I fucking knew it. I goddamn knew it.
But with that, thank you everyone for watching. We hope to see you again next week. And perchance, there will be a bit of resolution in our story. Bye.
Bye.
Why?